Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 Every day I'm hustling.
Hey, Daddy.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the belt with nobody.
BoxingWords.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
BoxingWords.com.
Payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we're here to discuss the latest breaking news that is Teofimo taking to his social media and quote-unquote showing proof that he, in fact, did try to make the fight with Devin Haney, and that it was Devin Haney that avoided that negotiation not once, not twice, but a total of 3 times, according to Teofimo Lopez. So this is what we'll be talking about. Now, the strange thing is that I believe these tweets have been deleted at the time of this show. Lucky we got screenshots, but I do not see the tweets on his verified Instagram any longer. So any tweeting that he might have did today were all tweet and deletes. But nonetheless, it doesn't stop us from what we're going to be able to discuss here, which is Teofimo claiming that he showed proof that Devin, in fact, ducked him. Now, I'm a little taken back that his tweets are deleted. There were people on the internet that believed the tweets were fake because it had a timestamp of 3 o'clock. I don't know, bro. I don't know. All we know is that these two need to fight. And there's been a lot of back and forth between the two for quite some time. Now, I'll check, is this tweet going to actually work, as I feel like it has been deleted. Yep, it is deleted. So, we do have the screenshots, though. Shout out to Teo with the tweet and delete. That's pretty crazy. Let me see. Here is the tweet. Oh, wait. He deleted it from the story, too. Fuck. All right, let's keep checking. I think he's deleted them from his Instagram as well. Yep, he deleted these, all right? So we do have screenshots. If I could just find them. Give me a sec. I wasn't expecting Tio to delete. He's not that type of guy to do the tweet and delete. That's new. I didn't think, we needed to have those saved. But it's all over the Discord, too. Let me just try and pull these up. Here we go. So we'll open this in the browser here and give you guys a better look at it. And apologies for the delay, as again, at the time of this show, these tweets weren't deleted, but they are now. And that's okay. Here is his email, right? So attached to this was a tweet that said, here's the proof that Devin Haney, basically avoided the fight. So he's showing that he was emailing. Now, this is probably why he deleted it. As you can see there, it says mobile 3 hours ago. So some people are wondering whether or not he fabricated this, or is it real just because, as you can see, it says mobile 3 hours ago. But it says, Teofimo Lopez, good morning, Joel. I have a business proposal I would like to talk to you about. How would you and the chairman of Madison Square Garden like to host Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney February 10th live at AMGM Sphere on Super Bowl weekend in fabulous Las Vegas? Joel Fisher says, Sal and I would be more than happy to talk with you about this. We've already started to have conversations with Top Rank, with you being the first fight at the Sphere. Haney has been mentioned as a potential opponent for the fight. We also have you headlining the Garden on December 9th, Heisman night. What's the best number to reach you at? That's the best number to reach you at, and we will call you now. Sounds amazing. Here's my cell, which was Tio's response. Now, this is Tio, again, claiming that once he had this in play, he then contacted Haney to no avail. Now, here's the other screenshot. Tio posted this and deleted, and he says, 3 times we've tried to face Devin Haney. First time, overpriced themselves, allegedly. We don't know what first time he's talking about. When did they overprice themselves? What we do know is that when Devin was with Matchroom, Tio overpriced himself. And then we do know that Tio's father's on record saying he wants $20 million, and you got Devin's father saying, hey, don't say that. Don't say you want 20 because it's going to look bad. And he's like, no, we want 20 million. And then he tells, Bill, like, hey, you want money too. But Bill never agreed or said he would need 20 million to fight Teofimo Lopez. So Tio says second time, they didn't show up to the meeting with Bob. Now, I do remember that. I remember on the internet there was a lot of punch drunk boxing and Tio saying that Devin and Bill never showed up to the meeting. And now the third time is what Devin said on our interview, that in fact Tio did contact him. Now Devin, this is Devin speaking, not me. I'm not trying to shame Tio or make him seem any less than, but Devin at the time of our interview told us live that he was under the belief that Tio was intoxicated and that's why he didn't take him serious. And he said in our interview, he used the words drunk. And he said that to Tio. But Tio claims that he was sober and that Devin blew it off as he was drunk. And it's just another time that Devin avoided the fight. So, obviously, look, many sides to these stories. The true side, will we ever get? It's really up to you guys to decide because neither man are fighting each other at the moment. Now, Devin told Tank not too long ago that he doesn't have a fight and that he's free to negotiate unlike Teo, who does have a fight in a couple of days. And, this could be a page out of 50 Cent's book. You're about to drop your album. You come at your contemporaries to build some interest in what you have going on, right? But this is, again, what Teofimo is claiming. And here is the final tweet. Now, remember, this tweet was attached to the original tweet that showed the email between he and Jay Fisher, who is chairman of Madison Square Garden, according to T.O.'s story. But here is that screenshot. And obviously it says, here's the proof that I tried once again to fight with real Devin Haney during his fallout with Regis. Enough is enough. With all you fakes joining together to make false narrative. Hashtag sheepdogs. Sheepdog. Shout out to T.O. Even though, isn't a sheepdog the dog that keeps the sheeps in line, though? You know what I mean? The sheep follow the shepherd. The dog keep the sheep in line. So I don't really know what he meant by that, But whatever. This is the information at hand. Let me once again give you a final screen share in order. So this would be the first tweet. That would be attached to this email that is not showing up. Where the fuck I put it? Okay, but this is the tweet that was deleted. As you can see, it says, something doesn't exist here. But here is the original email. So that email was attached to this tweet. They were together when T.O. originally posted. Now they have been deleted. Then the next screenshot was this. And it's his image of the 3 times that he believes Devin avoided him. So it's really up for interpretation. Obviously, we weren't there for said negotiations. He says during Regis and Devin's fall apart, I don't really know that they ever had a fall apart. Let's be real. Regis was concerned that maybe Devin and his father were playing games with the date, but that was made abundantly clear that Regis just hadn't ever been on that level and didn't know that it wasn't the right thing to go against Tyson Fury. But once, that was made public, he understood and then quickly changed his mind, even though he kept the narrative that the Haneys were some quote-unquote bitches and could be running. We all know that it was him really just not understanding business and wanting to do a pay-per-view that would have went against Tyson Fury. And because he wasn't the A side, I don't think he was privy to said information, right? Like, they were working with Devin, they being Matchroom. They cared about what Devin wanted, hence Devin being the A side. Hence, we're still talking about Devin and not the actually signed Matchroom fighter in Regis. Has anyone heard from him? Has anyone heard Eddie talk about maybe a potential comeback with Regis? So, Regis could say what he wants, but A side, B side is a thing that exists in this sport, and the A side is Devin, and that's why Eddie's been talking about Devin in the media. He hasn't said anything about Regis that I know of. I mean, about Devin, he certainly said it could be Sandor, or it could be an even bigger fight at 47. He certainly mentioned Conor Benn for Devin. There's options for Devin. I haven't heard anything mentioned about Regis, which is unfortunate because we beg these fighters to take these fights, and then this is how they're treated. Once they take it and lose, they're quickly forgotten. But listen, man, this is what we're talking about here. If you want to join me, you want to kick it, you could call in and you can give me your opinion on whether or not you believe Teofimo has provided enough proof to show that Devin Haney, in fact, avoided him not once, but twice, the magical number of 3 times. Phone lines are open if you want to call in right now. Technically, you can't call in via the phone line until another 10 minutes, but you can contact us right here on Discord or Twitter if you want to get it rocking and rolling, if you want to talk to us, if you want to give us your opinion on today's topic. All you got to do is request. If not, I did my job. I reported the tweets from Teo. I reported the insinuation from Teo. And, you got the audio to decide whether you believe whether or not he's lying or not, or whether you believe that Devin did avoid him. I don't know how to feel, truth be told. Like, for one, why is Teo talking to the venue? He's not even his own promoter. Why is he talking to the venue? But, okay, why is the email to the venue say 3 hours ago? Okay. So there's a lot of things there that, I'm just not privy to, so I don't want to make any rash decisions, but it just doesn't seem clear enough, if that makes any sense, right? But phone lines are open. We're going out to General Camino.
Yo, that's what's good, bro.
Another day, another show.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, I'm on your side, bro. I don't really understand, like, how T.O. is, like, contacting the venue, like, he his own boss. Like, I don't know, bro. Ever since he had that little situation with him and that other little promotion he was trying to run off to, I don't. It's been weird with him and his contract situation. Like, clearly he's still signed Top Rank, so I don't even understand, like, why that venue would even reach back out to him if they've already talking to the people that are in control of his career. So, like, it's a weird situation. I don't see no validity in it. To me, it's just, stuff to post to keep the fans talking. Hopefully T.O. and Devin is a fight that we get, but I don't know, bro. Like, this stuff is kind of crazy. Because, I mean, I don't even understand, like, how is he putting a proposal on a table and, like, you're contracted with who they're talking to. So, like, that shit is kind of weird. But yeah, I'd have to agree with you on, some of these fighters taking big fights too. And then, like, some of the promotional companies.
Just to fuck up everyone's head slightly and give it a little bit of truth, right?
Go ahead.
There is reports of T.O. bringing his own sponsors, right? Like, he brought Budweiser and he brought someone else. So him reaching out doesn't sound far-fetched. It sounds like something T.O. has been doing and something that T.O.'s been boasting about. That's what he does, is say, look, I bring this, I bring that to the table. I am different. So maybe that's why he's different, because he does do things hands-on. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying we know in the past he has brought 2 major sponsors. I can't remember the other one. Maybe you can help me, but I know for sure Budweiser is one.
Is it? It's not Split T, is it? I know he's signed by them.
No, that's the management company.
Else? Oh, okay. So then, yeah, no, I'm not too sure. But I mean, even outside of that, just like you signed with Top Rank. It's not like we've ever seen T.O. outside of, like, Top Rank really doing his own thing, got a real event. I don't know. It's weird. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, if they're responding with, yeah, we already been in talks with Top Rank, then that means they got to deal with the big bosses. It's not a T.O. thing. It's not a we could, set this up with T.O. and sign a couple contracts, so we got to go through Top Rank. So it sounds like the venue is doing what they're supposed to do. T.O. is trying to continue that, like, I'm my own boss. We're going to do things my way. I'm a star, which is what it is. I don't know how them people at Top Rank feel about it. clearly they don't feel too good because Tio ain't been on no pay-per-views, not never. So I mean, it's not like he OD cashing out. So it's a weird situation with Tio. I mean, the best thing for him is just to stay active, keep fighting. So as long as we see him in fights, we got him against Jermaine Ortiz coming up. We just might as well be happy about that. But that's all I really got to say on the matter. Outside of that, appreciate you taking my call.
Appreciate you participating, champ. Ain't no us without you. Thank you for calling in. Nike Hendricks. Mic check, mic check. Nike. Gotta unmute, Nike. Gotta unmute. In the meantime, in between
You
time,
can hear me?
I hear you now.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to the Boxing Voice, man. That's Danny putting in his work. I caught the show kind of late, man. I see the title, though. Tio say Haney avoided him 3 times?
3 times.
That, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't see how, though. Where is he bringing these 3 times up? Like, what is the timeline on this, Nick? Like I said, I just got to the show, you know.
I
Like,
mean, he's saying that the most recent one is when Devin Haney failed negotiations with Regis, which I don't really know that they were ever failed because all that there was date hiccups or disputes, and that was really of Regis thinking that they, being they, him and Devin, could go against Tyson.
yeah, that's why I don't see what he's talking about. A failed negotiation. That's crazy because the fight's still happening. Wasn't that Regis' biggest payday of his career? Am I not mistaken?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so seems like that's still true. When you fight Devin, you get the biggest payday of your career. Seems like Tio priced himself out at 10 million. Cause I know his words out of his mouth before was 10 million. His dad 20. Like what? So I don't understand. Like Tio, like you said, he's just building up for his fight, man. He need to focus on Ortiz. You talking about Haney, and you got Ortiz February 2nd. The disrespect of these people, man. That's why Haney is one of the best in the face of boxing. If you ever notice, when Haney got a fight and people ask him a question about anyone else, he'll answer it, but then he'll end it with this and tell you, well, my main focus is on Regis Prograis. Inshallah, I get past him, and everything good. I got my eyes set on Regis Prograis. Like the fight with Cambosis or anyone else. He gonna let you know, like, my main focus on my opponent. I mean, of course you're gonna ask him questions about whoever because you're a reporter. But damn, T.O., and I feel like he want to ask a question. I got to watch the interview. I don't know. I might be lying right now, but I feel like he want to ask the question. He might have just brung it up just to get people to talking about him. So when they look him up, they see he got a fight with Ortiz. Now there's publicity on this fight. I mean, it is what it is, man. But hey, if it ain't Haney in the unification bout, Haney Sandor in Spain. That's my call.
Yo, appreciate you. Cliff, Connecticut.
Yo,
You.
you hear yo? That's Nestor. My God. See, Tio from the East Coast, right? He from New York. So where I'm from, over here, like Puerto Ricans and blacks, we get down. So this is where you give Teofimo a come on, my nigga. I mean, and he could use that word, and I could call it him because over here where we from, we all the same. Oh, come on, my nigga. Like, are you serious? Like, let's break it down. We got the timeline. What happened? Like, Tio, we got videos of you and your father arguing with Devin in the parking lot. you ain't want that smoke. But way back when the Cambosis fight, before the Cambosis fight, you could have fought Devin then. You didn't even have to take Cambosis. It, hold on, we got more recent. We got more recent talk where Devin's father and your father are still talking about the fight, and your father says this ridiculous 20 million where Devin's father just walked away. And you know what? Bill says the most outrageous stuff sometimes, but even he had to walk away like what the hell? Like we ain't even gonna breathe breath into that because if they think we want 20 million, they ain't even gonna talk to us. Like he had to just walk away. Like you said it, I'm gone. Come on, my nigga. And Tio, when do you call anybody out? Who is Tio on the record of ever calling out that you off the top? Who do you know? And that's you. You're the hardcore. Who? No home. Pause. Whose ass has Tio ever been on? Who does he is he chasing? But Devin, we're known for Devin is known for chasing down
I
fighters
mean,
and calling
technically,
out everyone.
technically,
Go
Tio has a
ahead.
history of chasing Loma.
Okay, boom. You got one person, and he got that fight. And you wanted to play like devil's advocate and say, well, Tio has Budweiser and whatever. So maybe he's moving around like his own. Get the fuck out of here. Devin is known for calling out big fight after big fight after big fight. So why would we think that Devin would deny this fight? That's all Devin wants is big fights because he feels he's better than all of you guys that's in his tier. He feels he's better than y'all. So he wants to knock each one of y'all off on his road to Tank if he can't get Tank first. That's Devin's dream, and he makes it fucking known and obvious. And we all know that. So you know what? After he fights Jermaine, you got to put the pressure on him, Nash, because you got the ability to do it. After he fights Jermaine, let's revisit this and let's see who's ducking who. Because I'm sure Devin will knock on his door. I'm pretty sure Devin and Bill gonna knock on the door like, yo, you said our name. You really want this smoke? And let's see if Tio even begins serious negotiations. Let alone, no, I mean, Devin ducking him. Would you even enter serious negotiations with him and stop that $20 million bullshit? Like, come on. None of us don't. I mean, anybody who's been watching and you know how Teofimo moves, you know how Devin Haney moves, nobody should believe this. That drunk phone call, come on, man. I believe Devin 100% because of his track record. Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. And Tio, towards Devin, you're a fucking duck. If you ask me, you don't want that smoke. Maybe you could beat him. I think you'll give him a good fight, competitive fight, but you don't want the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's evident. And Devin, he does. Devin wants to. We ain't never seen Devin's energy change towards anybody. As if you want to argue Shakur, I feel like we could bring that to trial and that could get a legitimate trial. But outside of Shakur, Devin is open for all smoke. And I believe he was open to the Shakur smoke, my personal opinion. But that is a legitimate case. That's a headline. This shit is bullshit. I don't want no fucking smoke with Devin. Devin ain't ducking him. Devin would love to fight him. I guarantee it. And we all know that. It'd be perfect. It'd be a way for him to catapult himself to number one in the 140, put more pressure on Tank. Every fucking thing Devin wants, Teofimo is the road to get it. It will be the road to get there. That would be like catapulting him head and shoulders above everyone. Hands down now. I got the best resume, everything. And Tank couldn't duck him no more. Well, he probably still would, but we'll know who's the real man. That's it, though. Y'all know what it is.
Champ, you the man. Counterpunch, Tyron, what it do?
Yo, what's good, champ?
What up with you?
Blessings, man. Not much, just getting off work, just tuned in. Shouts out to everyone tuning in. Shouts out TBV. Hope everyone blessed. Um, Devin supposedly ducked T.O. I don't
Tyron,
necessarily believe.
do not let me
Yes, sir.
forget you. That
Okay.
is a guess. I got Alan Garcia. He's actually going to be on the TO card. And do apologize. I'll come back to you. Alan, how are you, my brother?
What's up, man? I'm good. I'm good.
Uh,
Just here at the crib.
all right, man. Happy to have you on the show. Obviously, you're gonna be on a big card. You're on the To versus Jermaine Ortiz card. Talk to us about getting that phone call, man, and yeah, getting this big opportunity.
Man, it's pretty exciting. I've known since back in about. I know I was gonna fight on Teal's card since back at like right after my last fight. The top rank told me, hey, they gave me 2 fight dates. They said we got this one, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's roll, and so I went home for a little bit, but I was so excited to come back into camp knowing that I already had a fight date set, you know what I mean, that I already had, something guaranteed. So I just stayed working while I was home, came back, did an 8-week camp, and now we're here. And so, we're a couple weeks away. I'm in dope shape. I feel great. I feel ready. I'm peaking already. I'm just excited, man.
For sure, man. Obviously, you're signed with Top Rank, correct? When did that take place, and how long have you been with them?
Actually, I'm not even signed with them. I'm just doing we're doing like
A
how do I
trial,
explain?
an audition.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Perfect,
And I
perfect,
guess, I
man.
guess they
That
like me. They liked me after the first fight, so they gave me another 2 fight dates off the bat. Like I think I fought that Saturday and Monday. Brad Goodman gave us another 2 dates. You know what I mean?
that's amazing, man. It could be a little bit of pressure, but do you find it, I guess, motivational? Yeah, there's pressure that you got to look good to get this opportunity or this contract, but is also the motivation necessary? Do you look at it that way?
Um, yeah. I mean, I find it motivating just the fact that I get to fight on, because they could have easily put me on some smaller cards, but obviously they see something there, and they know my potential. So the motivation's there. I know I gotta look good, but I also know that I work hard, that I'm a crafty fighter. I know everything that I bring to the table, and I know that I got my foot in the door. I just got to show out and just do what I do. I don't really feel no pressure behind it, just because I know that I'm gonna go out there and do my thing regardless. My goal is to go out there to look good and to win, in dominant fashion. So that's just the whole focus right there. I don't really get pressured for fights or nothing. I don't get nervous or anything because I trust in all the work that I do in the gym with my team. Um, I know I'm one of the hardest workers that I know, and so yeah, it's just kind of like a normal thing for me. But it is motivating for the fact that I get to fight on a big card such as this one.
And when you speak a team, I'm correct. You're trained by Freddie Roach, right?
No, no. I'm actually Freddie's he's a good friend of mine. I train with Gloria Alvarado. She has the 5-time world champion Yocasta
Jocasta
Valle,
Valle, yes. And
right
she's
hook
got right
Roxy, all
hook
that.
Rocky, right? Right hook Roxy. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know that that was your a trainer. Okay.
yeah.
And
That's my
has
trainer
it been your trainer from the beginning?
since the jump since the start of my pro career. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I need that story, champ. How'd that come about? Usually we don't see men link up with women. The only pro boxer that I know that was trained, excuse me, by a woman was uh, Dennis Douglin, and that's his mother. You know what I mean? So, yeah, talk to me about deciding to work with a woman as a trainer.
So I've been friends with Roxy for the past couple years, man. Well, like probably a good 6, 7 years, since the amateurs. And one time after a tournament, it was a big friend group. We all went out to eat, and while we ended up pulling a prank on Roxy, and her mom was there. I just talked to her mom a little bit, and like from tournaments like forward, I would just go say what's up, and just be like, go chit chat. And after one of the last tournaments I fought, I just told her, I think I was 16 years old, and I told her, I was like, I'm just done with the amateurs. I want to start looking forward towards the pro game. And, we texted back and forth. She was helping me with opportunities. At this time, I was training with my godfather from Kansas. I was training with him. And, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just I just made the decision to part ways, and I felt better opportunity that if I moved out here to Los Angeles, California, and started training with Gloria, and I did. We trained. I came out here right before COVID hit in 2020, and I trained for about, I want to say, a good 6-7 months before I had my pro debut, and just from there, we kept learning and kept evolving, and I see the difference from when I look at my amateur videos, or even just the first couple pro fights that I had. I see the difference to now, and I see that we made great progress, and I know we still got a lot to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for sure. That's actually a good story too, because I know she has world champion Jocasta Valle, but she does not have a male champ. So you can be that first person, or excuse me, first male for her.
Yeah, well, she's worked with male champions before. With her ex husband, she used to help her ex husband train, the world champions he had, but they parted ways, obviously, and yeah, so I'm hoping that I get to be her first. I'm her protege, so I'm hoping I get to be her first male world champion.
Do you feel that it's easier to learn from a woman? I've never had a female boxing trainer. Like everybody I've trained with have all been males.
Yeah. I think what I really like about training with her is that a different she has a different look. Like, she's so knowledgeable, man. Like, and a lot of people don't see it, because they the moment they look at her, they discredit her before they even get to hear what she says. You know what I mean? For the fact that she's a female, and I always get asked, "Oh, what's it like training with the female?" And I say, "Hey, ask me what it's like training with Coach G, man. She's knowledgeable. She's smart. She she got me where I'm at now for a reason. You know what I mean? She won 4 world titles with Yocasta within a year and a half. You know what I mean? She's in the game for a reason. She knows what she's doing, and she don't. If I'm being honest, she don't even have a life outside of boxing. If we're here at the house, she's watching YouTube, watching videos on the big screen. Just she's watching Meldrick Taylor. She's watching Pernell Whitaker. She's watching Salvador Sanchez. She's just always studying, always learning. Hey, and then she'll tell me, hey, let's try this and that. If it works, cool. We adapt it to my game. If it doesn't, then we go on to the next thing. She's she's the thing with her is that like, she likes to build a connection with her fighters, to where there's more understanding. It's not just the coach yelling at you, telling you what to do. It's the coach. Every time I get back to the corner, how's his power? Okay, try doing this and that. She don't necessarily have to yell at me. She just talks to me. She tells me, hey, I want you to do this and that, and I go out there and I execute what she asks me to do. Because a lot of times the coaches see stuff from the outside that the fighters can't see, and she's very good at requesting or telling me what I need to focus on, and then she'll make sure before the bell rings, okay, do you know what I want you to do? And I'll repeat it back to her. She'll make sure that I understood, and then I go out there and do what she asked me to do.
So you've been with her since the beginning of your career, so that's a couple of years.
Yeah, almost 4 years now.
Do you find yourself in that big brother role because you're like the only male in the stable? And I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's all women, right? So it's like,
Well,
now you got to
no,
protect your sisters, and your trainer's almost like your mom, because for a boxer, the trainer's usually like the dad.
yeah, she definitely does play a motherly role, and I do have 2 other male teammates in the stable right now. It's I got Jose Alvarado, and my teammate, he's also going for he's trying out for the Mexico Olympics right now, Carlos Sain. So we all like, we were all here at the house, at the camp house. We treat each other like siblings and stuff. And sometimes me and Jose, we see something we don't like, or we like see guys look at the girls some type of way. Like, we look at each other, and we're just like, we're always on go. We're always ready for anything. You know what I mean?
So, what do you know about your opponent? Because there's nothing listed on BoxRec, but I'm assuming Top Rank told you already who it is.
Yeah. I've already signed the contract. I'm fighting. His name is. His first name's Tomas. I'm trying to remember his last name. I think his record's 7-3 or 7-2. He has about 6 knockouts. I watched maybe 2 videos on him. He's a slugger. He likes to come forward, and that's what I like, man. I like it when fighters like to take risks, and I like it when they like to come forward and they want, I like it when they want to knock me out because it just works for my advantage either way.
So, where'd you get the name Kid Kansas from? I mean, obviously, you're being from Kansas. Was it okay? But
It was from my
who
coach,
told you
man.
to go? Okay, your coach.
Cause when I got here to LA, I had just turned 17, and everyone was always calling me kid, and she would call me kid, and I would try to like, don't call me that, like I was like I'm a
But
grown
she would
man,
call
like
you kid in English or kid in Spanish?
no, she would call me kid in English. She'd be like,
Okay.
hey, listen, kid, do this, and I'd be like, oh, quit calling me kid, quit calling me kid. And one day we were just joking around the gym, and she was like, yeah, Kid Kansas, Kid Kansas, and I'm like, that kind of sounds nice. You know what I mean? And I've always
Okay.
been about representing where I'm from, and so I'm like, you know what? We should come up with the name. And I'm like, I said I'll stick with that. I like it. And now most people I meet, they don't even like most people from the gym here in Wildcard. They don't even know me by my real name. They just know me by Kid Kansas. You know what I mean?
So technically, this is your third fight on a Top Rank card.
Second fight.
Second fight, but you've also done Team Combat League,
Mhm.
and have you also fought on Marv Nation?
Yeah, I fought on Marv Nation back about 2 years ago.
Okay. And man, that's actually pretty good. You've been able to bounce around, but it looks like you found some stability with Top Rank, man. Shout out to you. Brad Goodman is a good guy.
Yeah.
What would you say your style is like? Like, if you needed to describe it to my audience, what's the easiest way?
I'd say after watching my videos, I always hear them say that I come out very fast paced and that I'm a quick fighter. I think I'm a boxer, but when it comes like when they start trying to apply that pressure, I apply it right back and I turn into a boxer puncher. And so I just consider myself a slick boxer puncher for the most part.
Um, how was that experience? You fought on the Bud undercard, right? With what's this kid's name? Avanesian in
Yeah,
Nebraska.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
How was that experience? And did you get to meet Terrence? And did he give you any words of wisdom if you did meet him?
No, I didn't meet him. I kind of just stayed, just stayed in my own little bubble the whole time I was there. You know what I mean? I got to talk to Adrian Broner for a little bit, but I had met him prior before. It was cool. The show was ran, very proper. It was as professional as it can get. The crowd there was crazy. It was I gained a lot of new fans, just fighting there in general, and I was able to go and take a lot of pictures, and I got a lot of love being in there, and it was cool. It was a cool experience, and I thought I was gonna go out there and get shy or something from all the crowd, but it just made me more pumped up, and it made me more excited to go out there.
That's good, man, because not everybody reacts that way. Some of the best fighters, they get anxiety from big crowds. The fact that it's fuel for your fire, could be that, that mitigating factor that gets you those wins in every fight because, butterflies is normal. I've been interviewing people in boxing for almost 13 years, and that's a common thing. The toughest fighter says he still has butterflies. Normally, they say
Yeah,
that. Um,
yeah.
but I do see that you fluctuate, and I get it. You're only 11-0. There's no need to make 135 or 140, but I do want you to tell my audience where you want that first world title. Is it 135 or is it 140?
It's 135. The only reason I fought at they called the junior or no, it was super lightweight the last time, was because my opponent wanted to do it at 138, and I'm like, whatever, cool. Like, the first opponent they sent me, I said, let's do it. Boom, he said no. The next guy, okay. And so we ended up locking in that opponent, and they're like 137. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's fine, I'll make the weight. And then he requested that extra pound, and I said, all right. He ended up coming in at 137 anyways. So you know what I mean. No, I want that. I've been campaigning at 135 for the last 3 years. You know what I mean. Since my second pro fight. So I've been there for a while, and that's where I'm shooting for. Shooting to make titles, and then, as the time comes, move up to 140.
Being a stablemate of Jocasta Valle, and obviously, her trainer being your trainer, were you also able to get some fights in Costa Rica? Because I know that you visited, but I don't know if you had a fight.
Yeah, man. That's actually where I had one of my breakthrough fights. Was I fought in Costa Rica on Yocasta. So Yocasta has a promotion. That's my charger. Yocasta has a promotion now, and she she had some fights in Costa Rica, and I fought out there. I think it was July, and
July
I fought
11th?
out there. Yeah, I fought out there, and I got a knockout against the guy who is ranked number one from Guatemala, and I knocked him out in the second round. Well, after that fight, we got the opportunity with Top Rank, and so after we got the opportunity with Top Rank, we just kind of started, going forward, and it was cool. The people out there, man, I like going to Costa Rica because they show a lot of love. They're very respectful. You know what I mean? It's they welcome you with open arms.
Nah, that's it sounds like you had an amazing story, because I'm assuming you're Mexican descent, right?
Yeah. My mom's from Hermosillo, Sonora, and my dad's from Kansas.
And the first four of your fights were in Mexico. I see you got two in Tijuana.
Yeah,
Three actually.
I did three in Tijuana. I did the first two in Tijuana, then Guadalajara, and then back to Tijuana.
Nice, man. Nice. So who are some of the fighters you looked up to?
Teofimo, actually, man. I've been watching
Really?
Teofimo for a long time. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this, but when my little brother passed away about 2 years ago, Teofimo donated a good chunk of money to the GoFundMe. You know what I mean? And so my family and I always looked at that, and we always appreciated that because it helped out. And you know what I mean? It's now I get to fight on the undercard of the guy who helped us out. And so it feels good. And Teofimo's one of the fighters I like watching. I like watching Tank Davis. I like watching Josh Kelly, Crawford. All these guys with different styles.
Wow, that's actually amazing, man. T.O. gets a bad rap. That's a great story. So he just did it out of the blue and you got the notification, or you guys already had a relationship?
Nah, man. Rolly, and I know Rolly gets a bad rep too because of all the trash talking he does. But Rolly's actually a good dude, man. I think Rolly told Tio about it, and then Rolly called me with Tio on the phone, and I kind of just explained the situation. And next thing I know, I get a notification that Tio sent $5,000 to the GoFundMe, and yeah, man. I don't think I ever got to talk to Tio after that. And so, but like I didn't want people to know that he's not a bad dude, man. He's like, this is just, it's the entertainment industry. People got to do what they got to do. You know what I mean? Everybody, there's always a good side and a bad side to everybody, as they say. And people are gonna point out your accomplishments, are gonna point out your downfalls. But for the most part, for me, he's a good dude. Teal's a good dude. Rolly's a good dude. They
Wait,
helped me out.
so you haven't seen him since then?
I have not. I've
That's
seen him, but I haven't spoken to him. You know what I mean. I've seen him here and there, but I haven't spoken to him.
so you haven't spoken to him. I'm just, trying to use my head here. Is that because you guys only met on the phone and you don't think he knows who you are? Like, why wouldn't you approach him after such a generous? I mean, I don't get it.
Cause it's hard, man. I was going to approach him last week, when I seen him at the Virgil Ortiz fight, but he had this whole crowd around him, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, he probably got enough on his plate right now. And when the time's right, you know, I'm gonna go up to him and, you know, tell him how much I appreciate him, cause like I said, you know, like after that whole situation, he ended up fighting his first fight at 140. Me and my dad actually went out there to go watch it in Vegas, and now you know my family's coming to watch this fight. You know, and they're excited to watch Teo fight. And so, you know, but it's just every time I see him, it's always at a boxing event. He's got this huge crowd around him, and you got everybody trying to take pictures with them, and you know what I mean. And I understand that it gets a lot sometimes.
Nah, I certainly get that, but that was an amazing story and a beautiful gesture by Tio. I
Yeah.
hate to pick the scab, but I feel like I have to ask what happened to your brother.
So it was April 28th of 2021. My brother had just got out of track practice, and he was with some friends, and one of his friends had a gun. And at this time, my brother's 14 years old. You know what I mean? They were messing with the gun. We don't know exactly what happened. We heard so many different stories, but the gun went off and it struck my brother right here, and then came out through the back. And you know, they said he passed away before I got there. I was at the gym when I got the call, and well, I got to the hospital about 30 minutes later. I don't know if they brought my brother back or what, but he was back for a good 6 days, and then in the hospital, yeah, he ended up passing away. And it was just crazy, man. It was just so much that was going on, and then so much that happened after that. And I was having dreams. My little brother was telling me that I needed to get back in the gym because I was getting fat. And next thing you know, I'm back in the gym, and now every time I fight, I try my best to represent my brother. But overall, yeah, bro, he got shot in the neck, and he ended up passing away due to the injuries.
Uh, I'm not that guy. You know, I'm not the guy that looks to point the finger at someone or get a conviction, but obviously the way you're saying the story sounds like there was more than one person there. Was someone arrested?
Yeah, the kid who shot him was arrested, but um the cop said that it was accidental and everything. And I ended up seeing that kid actually a couple weeks ago, right before I came back to camp.
How was that?
Man, you know what, I went through a lot after that. And so I was at this point. I'm at this point in my life where I'm learning. I wouldn't say I'm a religious person, but I'm very, I'm trying to fix myself right with God. And I told myself to be forgiven, you must forgive. And the first thing when I seen that kid, he seen me in the gas station, and he looked down, and I could see him looking over, and I could see he was scared. Well, I went up to him, I stuck my hand out, and then I gave him a hug. He started crying, and I just started telling him everything was okay. He started just screaming that he never meant to hurt nobody. And, I was just telling him, hey, it's okay. That, I'm not mad at you. Only you know what happened, and only he knows what happened, and only God knows what happened. And at the end of the day, that life goes on. There's nothing we can change. And I told him, if you ever want to go out there, you just let me know. If you ever need anything, let me know. And I just told him to wipe his tears before he walked outside, before he walked back outside the gas station. And from there, he just kind of went on about his business. But yeah, I spent like a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the gas station with him, and it felt good. It felt good for me to be able to see him, talk to him, and to let him know that I'm not mad at him, because I know that kid had to be walking around with looking over his shoulder all the time everywhere he was going. Um, Hey, wait, okay, sorry. And
Nah, no worries. I got two.
yeah, it's because they're fixing the roof right now, so it's going crazy. It's okay, boy. But yeah, man. So I was able to see the kid, and I talked to him for a little bit, and I hope that he was able to feel better after that, at least, because he was friends with my brother. You know what I mean? He knew my brother very well. I was one of my brother's good friends. And so, I know that kid was probably going through it a lot, and I did that not for myself, but for him. You know what I mean? I know he probably needed it, and I know it could have helped him. It might have not helped him. Who knows? But at least I could say I tried.
Uh, when would you say you started picking up picking up your faith or your religion?
Apollo, Apollo, stop it. It's okay. Come here. What, can you say that again?
When do you think you started picking up your faith or your religion?
Um, well, I'd always been involved in church since I was a kid. I got baptized about 11 years old, and then I got rebaptized. Um, it's okay, boy. I got rebaptized a couple months before my brother passed away, and and I was never the one to question God why or ask him why. Um, I just learned to understand that we all have limited time on this earth, and so to cherish the memories and moments that we have. And I try to, we're not perfect, but I try to continue doing better for myself and better for those around me. And if I could ever spread knowledge on what I know so far, then I try to, you know what I mean?
Nah, for sure, man. Wow, what an interesting story. I never knew all this was gonna unfold when I reached out to interview you, man. But
Yeah,
I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad we were able to put that out there, and hopefully, your story touches a few people. Um, Man, so you have a lot of reasons to fight.
I do, man. And I keep going. Some days I wake up and it's hard. It's hard losing somebody. So like I'm not supposed to outlive my younger brother. You know what I mean? And my parents ain't supposed to be burying one of their kids. But like I said, I learned to look at life in so many different perspectives that there's things I don't even get mad at no more. I told my coach, if something happens, if it's not gonna affect you in 6 months, leave it. If it's not gonna affect you in a month, who cares? You get 15 minutes to be mad, and then you get 23 hours and 45 minutes to get over it. You know what I mean? Everybody's too busy holding grudges and being mad, and it's okay. Come here. Everybody's too busy holding grudges and being mad, and then at the end of the day, you lose somebody you were beefing with, and you know what I mean. That then you got so much pain in your heart. It's I don't know, man. I just learned to look at life a little different and appreciate the things that I do have and the things that I'm able to do and the people that I have and all that stuff.
For sure, man. Are your mom and your dad are they both cool with you boxing?
Yeah, man, they love it, and I'll always appreciate my parents because they supported me moving out here when I was only 17 years old. You know what I mean? They, I mean, of course they were iffy about me leaving home and going, especially coming to LA. But they trusted Gloria, and they support me 100%. They understand that sometimes I can't be home for holidays. I missed my 21st birthday this year because I'm in camp, you know what I mean? But I talk to my parents all the time and they understand that it's sacrifices that not only that I have to make, but that they have to make with spending time with me or just the little things like that, and they understand. They support me 100%. They always call me, they always check in on me. They always ask me how training's going.
What's that first big purchase you want to buy your parents or for yourself for that matter? Whenever it is that you feel you've made it. I'm not trying to put a time frame, I'm not trying to put a dollar amount, but when you feel the time is right and you have the money, what is it that you think you want to buy first? Is that a house for your parents? Is it the nice car? Is it a kennel full of dogs since I hear dogs? What is it for you?
Honestly, it's I want to get a place for me and my peoples. I want to live in Texas. I like Texas. I got a lot of family in Texas. I already told my parents, and I've been telling my mom this since I was about 15 years old that I was gonna get a big house, and we're all gonna live in it. And I still stand on that till this day. You know what I mean? My mom and my dad, they're not together. They've been separate for years already, so they've been separated. But they're still cool. They're like friends, and everybody gets along. And so I want to get I want to get a big space for everybody, and then yeah, just get a big house and then
Wait,
start putting.
wait, 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 wait. Am I hearing you right? You saying your parents aren't together, but you still want to buy a big enough house so they can live together?
Yeah, like they're gonna have their own rooms, obviously, but
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 they didn't move on?
yeah, my mom has a whole new a whole
Wait,
new
wait.
husband.
So you want a big mansion then? You want a really big because you want your mom's new family to
Okay,
come and your
yeah,
dad's whoever he's with to come plus yourself.
yeah, man. I want if we're talking about big purchase, yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
Nah, I hear you're gonna get yourself un rancho, un rancho.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get me a big one too.
Nice, man. Listen, I won't hold you. I know the dog's getting mad. Let everybody know where they can watch your fight. And is it gonna be? I'm assuming it's ESPN Plus, the prelims, right? Or are you on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
main
yeah.
card?
I believe I'm on the preliminary cards. You can catch it on ESPN Live or ESPN Plus. Follow my Instagram at kid.kansas. And yeah, man, I'm excited, and I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to put on the statement, actually.
Appreciate you, man. I'm excited to watch you and see what you got, man. Definitely from what we've been following on social media and what we have been able to see, you look like the goods, man. So we want to see can you put it together.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Well, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Bye bye.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Garcia, a.k.a. Kid Kansas. He's going to be on that Teofimo card. So that lined up perfectly. Tyron, I owe you. What up?
Yo, Ness.
Loud and clear.
Shouts out TBV. That was a great interview, man. Shouts out to him. Praying for for his strength and his well being. I know, can only imagine that's hard losing a brother. So prayers out to him and his family for sure. But that was a great interview, man. You always bring the best out of guys when you interviewing them. So shouts out to you too, Ness. Far as the Haney supposedly avoided To. I wouldn't call it a duck, um, and I wouldn't say that To is lying either. Right? He showed the proof. He reached out. They said supposedly he was gonna headline the spear, and with talks and Haney, the case may be. But I just think that it's a plan. I feel like that Haney and To will fight for undisputed at 140. The last two guys standing. So I wouldn't say a duck. Now, if the fight was to be presented to Haney, could he have turned it down? Possibly, yeah. But that don't mean he's ducky. He probably turned down. When we asked Bill about possibly fighting To, he said, yeah, we got him on the radar, but basically not right now. So I feel like the fight is going to be made, but I feel like it's going to be for all the belts at 140. Give and take that I'm sure you even heard that Bill saying that him and Devin is going to be at the To fight. You know what I mean? So the fight is going to get made at the end of the day. Like the guy you was interviewing, can't remember his name. My apologies, but like you say, it's entertainment at the end of the day. And what To is doing is what he does best. He's a showman at the end of the day. Like it, love it. He's a showman. He's entertaining. Um, it's unfortunate that To gets a bad rap, and he really shouldn't get that type of rap because at the end of the day, he's out here calling the best out since the Loma days. Him and his father been calling Loma out, been calling Haney, been calling Tank out. He been sending offers to these guys. Been calling out Terrence Crawford. I don't care if you want to call him delusional, crazy, if you want to hold the Gambos's loss against him, which a lot of people are still doing to this day, which is crazy to me. To me, I look at To as um, kind of modern day Rocky to a certain extent. And I'll tell you why. We love these type of movies and we love these underdogs comeback stories. It's unfortunate in the sport of boxing that a guy can take an L and we just hold it against him his entire career. We're still in the Floyd Mayweather era. No one can be like Floyd Mayweather. He done what he done because that's just him. The problem in boxing is everybody wants to be Floyd. Everybody wants to have that O and hang it over everyone else. Oh, you lost. Oh, I'm undefeated. That make me a better fighter than you. No, it doesn't. Every fight have different circumstances. When Tio was winning there with Cambosis, it was different circumstances. The fight kept being postponed. He had a medical, injury issue. But instead of us looking at the fact that how he got knocked down and he lost, but that was arguably a fight of the year. How much grit, heart, courage he showed in that fight. We hold these fighters accountable for losses, but we don't we don't praise them for going through the fire, going through that battle. I'm not a fighter. I spar a few times, but I'm not a fighter. So I don't know what a fighter goes through. A lot of people on here calling and bashing these fighters don't know what it's like to be a fighter. So at the end of the day, you have to respect these guys that are going out risking their lives for our entertainment. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, it's sad that T.O. gets the rap because he's doing what everyone else has done prior to him and is going to do after him. At the end of the day, I don't think that T.O. needs to be on pay-per-view. I know some people are saying, he haven't been on pay-per-view yet, but Teofimo Lopez is the type of fighter on pay-per-view or not pay-per-view. People still going to tune in. He's still going to be Teofimo Lopez. He's the showman. You saw him and Keyshawn together. Like, these fighters know what's up when it comes to T.O. They know T.O. is dangerous. And at the end of the day, T.O. is the lineal 140-pound champion. Not Devin. T.O. is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't think it's ducking. Even Bill once T.O. called out Crawford. You see Bill got to go on there, hey, call T.O. out. Hey, don't worry about him. You got to keep Haney name still buzzing. So I wouldn't call it a duck. I can see, they declined the fight. I'm not sure like what time period that was. Like, was it before the Regis or the case may be? But
He
again, I
said
don't
it
think
was
that.
during the Regis failed negotiations, which I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, T.O. smart. T.O. smart. He got a fight coming up, and he's keeping his name, buzzing. And again, he's an entertainer. Like he said that, when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna retire," he said that was a publicity stunt. He's know what he's doing. T.O.'s not crazy. I don't believe that he called Haney drunk. I don't even think T.O. drinks like that. He's in shape 24/7 all year round. Have whenever you
Champ,
seen
that
T.O. out
was
of
the
shape.
bell. That was the bell.
Okay,
LJ,
champ.
what
Yeah.
up? LJ.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a good ass interview, Ness. Uh,
Appreciate it.
I, I wasn't familiar with Buddy, but man, his story is really something to look into, really something to follow. So, hoping, pulling for him, wishing him nothing but the best, and I'll keep my eye on him for sure. As far as T.O., man, he want to fight everybody, but the dude in front of him. It's like a week ago you wanted to fight Crawford. Now it's Devin ducked you. Dude, you got to fight though, right? So I'm like, is he looking past him? I wouldn't say he's looking past him. I just think he's trying to bring more attention to his fight. I like T.O. He gives us shit to talk about. And I do think he really wants to fight these guys, but I don't know necessarily I wouldn't call it a duck. But when y'all did ask Devin about that, his energy was kind of weird. He was like, he was drunk, da 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 da. Okay, he might have been drunk, but you never hit him back and said like, "What's up? Like, let's get it on." You know, even if he was drunk or not, you kind of just brushed him off. Like that was an initiation to get the fight going, and Devin was like, "Nah." So I
I
wouldn't call it a
mean,
duck,
I
but
mean, I mean, again, but Devin confirmed that he called him when he already had a fight with Regis. So it's like,
oh, To
even
yeah.
if you wasn't drunk, or even if you was drunk, there's really no need for me to call you when I'm already with Regis. You understand? Like
Mm-hmm.
Tio saying when the failed negotiation, but I don't know about any failed negotiations. All I know is that Regis publicly was trying to act like Devin and his team was ducking because they was trying to switch the date, and then Devin made it public knowledge that Eddie and Devin and the network wanted the date switched because they did not want to go against Tyson Fury. So I just don't get
Mm-hmm.
when was the negotiations failed.
I mean, that's probably the time he's talking about, but his choice of words were probably, I mean, they were never failed. The negotiations were never failed. They were ongoing, but I mean, I don't see Devin just being like, all right, I'm gonna take To's offer while in the middle of the Regis. I think they wanted to get the Regis fight done, and obviously they're on their way to doing that because they got it done. But I mean, like he's free now, and like they said, Bill said, he's not next, but he's in the radar. Would you say are they building up the fight? They're letting it marinate.
I don't know if it's a build up, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is on purpose. No, I feel like they all would have already had the fight if they could have. I don't see the Haneys and the Lopez's deciding, yo, we gonna wait each other out and be last two guys stand. Like I just don't see that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they the most willing to fight, so it just makes more sense for them to fight now versus waiting.
So you think Bill and them probably not calling him out or mentioning his name because he got a fight right now? Or why do
Yeah,
you think after the
I
Regis
mean,
fight it was quiet for T.O.?
I don't see why would you call out T.O. when you know he got to fight Jermaine. You know, they would just
Yeah.
call you out on that and say that you capping.
Yeah, it's funny because T.O. went T.O. went retired, started calling everybody out, then unretired. So the timeline's a little shaky with
I
T.O.
mean, he also
But
said that was a publicity stunt. With T.O., you just don't know. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
100% was. We all knew it was. But I'm still saying you telling the world you retired and everything, and then you gonna come out and say someone ducked you. It's it just don't quite add up, the timeline of it. But I mean, if he feel like Devin's energy towards him is a little like different, like like let's get the fight done. But like you said, there's been so much shit that been back and forth. I mean, T.O. Senior said he won 20 million. I mean that you can't just have all that history and then come out and say Devin ducked you, you know?
Word.
But
I
appreciate the
mean, that
time.
audio for me, until, someone interviews T.O. Jr. and says, bro, what's your thoughts on your dad? Like, he's out here, first you guys, or you wanted 4 million, then you and your dad jump out the window and say 10 when Eddie had the 4. Now you got your dad out here telling people he want 20 and he's not stopping. Like, you should nip that in the bud. Is it gonna take 20 million for you to fight Devin Haney? And then right then and there, we know. If he like, nah, man, my dad's just talking. My dad's just crazy. Then, all right, we know your dad's just talking, and we know your dad's just crazy. But if you don't let us know that, unfortunately, motherfuckers is gonna run with the fact that you out here saying you want, you know, a fucking $20 million. I mean, I'm just saying that's a lot of bread. I don't know what else to think. That's a duck. Like, we talking about Crawford making $20 million as the B-side to Earl Spence. So how the fuck could we give T.O. 20 million? Like, Crawford been putting in work, selling thousands of tickets in Omaha. You know what I'm saying? Been on pay-per-view numerous times. Like, I just don't see how any of that makes financial sense to do something like that with Tio and give him 20 million. It's gonna take the Sheik. Maybe he knew that, right? Because Tio has been on some prophecy shit, right? Like he called the shutdown of a few networks, right? So maybe he knew that shooting for the stars, he'll land on the moon with one of the Sheiks, maybe. But the Sheik ain't expressed interest in him just yet. Khaled, what up?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Chilling.
Bet. Hey, man, I don't think Haney like is avoiding. You know what I'm saying? It's like avoiding or ducking anything like that. I just think they just ain't made the fight yet. I mean, like at some point, bro. Like, I mean, who the fuck? AB? Because I heard us talking about this morning. AB, I think is a big money fight. You know what I'm saying? Because AB and them, they gonna sell that shit. That might be pay per view. If they can make that happen, that's a big fight right there. Or I said maybe not big, but it might be pay per view. Like people gonna pay to watch that just off the build up. Haney is smoking and all that, but it'll be big just off the build up. But it's like if like dudes want to get paid and get belts, it's like you gotta fight each other. Like it might not be now, but you know who my man Tio fighting. Forgot my man. Who he fighting?
Jermaine Ortiz.
February? That's my man. Yeah, Jermaine. Like that's a good fight, but it ain't like super money. Like Jermaine Ortiz is good. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't the biggest fight. So if Muzz want to get paid and get legacy, they're gonna have to fight each other. So all this putting this out in social media and all that, I just look at this as like marketing, entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers trying to sell how they trying to sell. Some of it is orchestrated, some of it is not. But I think it's all for the build up, cause I'm already knowing like, bro, y'all gotta fight. Like Tio and Devin is on a collision course for each other. Those are two. I think those are probably the two best fighters at 140. Sabril is my favorite, but those probably like the two best fighters. So they gotta fight if you want to unify. Like that just only makes sense. So I certainly don't think Devin is avoiding nobody. I think they looking for all the smoke. I think they should let the tank smoke go and just worry about everything in 140. Like that's a big fight with Tio. Like Sabril is not as big as Tio, but that's still a big fight though. So yeah, I don't think nobody has avoided nobody. Kid Kansas, that was a great interview. I follow Kid Kansas on Instagram. He is throwing them bitches. I saw some clips of his fights and all that shit. He a big 135. I saw a clip of him when he was in Costa Rica. He was way bigger than that motherfucker. Whoever the fuck the motherfucker was in the ring with him, he's way bigger than him. So he a big 135 man. So hopefully he can stay on track. I like his mind. He's very mature. Like he has a good spiritual foundation. He has a good, you know what I'm saying? He trying to be on the right path with God. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything work out for him. That was a great interview. I was thinking earlier today, like, damn, I hope my nigga Ness interview Kid Kansas. Shout out to you, Ness. You be locked the fuck in. So, yeah, bro, that's my call, bro. Ain't nobody avoiding nobody. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gotta fight, period. So that's my call. Thank you, bro.
All right. Appreciate you. That's crazy that you wanted that interview, bro. That's dope. I'm glad I was able to bring that to you. Yeah, I'm actually more. I mean, that's kind of the gift and the curse of interviewing. You get more invested. Now I like him and shit. So, yeah. I mean, the brother story, that was a crippler right there. We got High and Low, Sports Centrum, $2. The Boxing Voice is more. Not without you, champ. Appreciate you. We got Fight for Life, member for 1 month on that prospect level. He says Haney and Tio should unify next. Sounds good to me. Matt YT, welcome to the prospect level. And we got High and Low Sports Centrum, $2. The Boxing Voice is made. Champ, you need to be made because you already spent $4. So with 3 of those 4, you'd have been a member. And we need you to be member, man. Come on over and join the gang. We got Leo in H-Town, $5. Sheepdogs, all the YouTube channels pushing the narrative that he's ducking Dev to the masses, the sheep. So the narrative spreaders are the sheepdogs. I don't get that though, because again, the only time you see a dog around sheep is to keep the herd in pack. Like they're there to control the sheep. They listen, the dogs, okay? The dogs listen to the instruction of guess who? The shepherd. Okay? Who's the shepherd? He might as well be the Pied Piper playing the flute because they following to the beat of his flute. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how y'all looking at it, but I ain't never heard the term sheepdog mean anything other than, if you're a sheepdog, you're still a sheep. That's all I'm saying because you still following the shepherd. But anyway, High and Low Sports Centrum back with another $2 here. The Boxing Voice is the Coliseum of boxing. Oh, that sounds great. High and Low back with another $2. He says Teofimo Lopez, the takeover of all dream. Okay, you trying to a little play on words of Devin there. Lake County $2 for once. Crying ass Cliff from Connecticut with a good call. Shout out Cliff. Shout out Cliff. Are you there? Are you there? Cliff, you heard that shot? Did you duck? High and Low Sports Centrum, Teofimo Lopez, the king of all the haters. Shout out to you. Modern King Boxing, $2. He says, let's go, Jumaine Ortiz. Champ. Yo, you funny. High and Low Sports Centrum back with another $2. Teofimo Lopez, talk the talk and walks the walk. We got Days. Wong.
Yeah.
You.
Nestor Ross, Clark Gibbs, Wagwan, brethren.
I hear you, champ. What up with you?
Everything spicy, everything good?
You know it.
All right, big up on ourselves here. Yo,
ain't that what's my man name? Bougie Bonton the son. He the one that everything spicy, everything good. That's
yeah, man. You don't know. Yes, sir.
Yo, that's funny. I fuck with Jamaican music. I love that shit.
Sir, let's get it. Hey, man. Yo, Ness, I think, I don't know if Teofimo Lopez is trolling, or I don't know if he's just like on some type of substance, whether it's like alcohol, or, cocaine or some shit. Or I don't know if Tio just has like a mental illness, and this is just like a normal thing he does, or he could just be playing a character to just keep his name buzzing, and that's what I think he's doing because like his words and his actions, it's not matching up, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen Haney and Tio meet up at an actual fight, face to face. And the niggas say they want to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Face to face, Ness. You know what I'm saying? At a boxing match that neither one of them was fighting at. Like they've been planning this fight. And then we turn around and see him take a fight with George Kambosos instead of Haney. Then he lost. You know what I'm saying? And then you fight Sando Martin. Then you ask yourself, we still got it, right? And then you have your redemption fight against Josh Taylor where you looked incredible, right? Bill Haney was at the fight, trying to make the fight happen with you and Haney. That was the whole point of Bill going to the fight. You think he just went to the fight to see T.O.? Nah, you trying to get the fight done. And what did T.O. say that's after the fight? Oh, I'm retired. They asked him about Haney in the ring. Yo, you want to fight T.O.? We gonna get the Haney fight? Oh, I don't really want to speak on that. I'm retired. So I don't know, man. I just don't get this guy, man. Like, I think it's a known fact that Haney ain't really ducking.
He told you that was a publicity stunt. He was trying to get some interest, build his name up. Publicity stunt.
I don't believe that's cap, bro. I just don't believe that, bro. It's cap. I think that was just his way of. I think that's ducking, bro. That retirement shit he did, that's ducking, bro. You just basically saying you don't want to smoke with Devin Haney. So my whole thing is this, man. When he fights Jermaine Ortiz, and hopefully he wins the fight, and I believe Tio will win the fight in tremendous fashion. When Devin Haney and Bill Haney pull up to the fight, I want Lord Devin Haney to get in the ring with Tio face to face and say, look, nigga, if you don't fight me next, you a bitch, and I'm going to slap the shit out you, nigga, next time I see you. Straight up, Ness. We need this fight, Ness. We need Haney versus Tio 2024.
We don't need them to take it to the streets. My man said I'm gonna slap the shit out you. I don't want no more
Nah,
big
I'm
baby
just playing.
situations, man. No more bells, man. No more bells, man. But listen, shout out to you. Appreciate the call. We got Super Mix.
Yo, yo.
What up?
It's fairly simple, Ness. I think a lot of people are overthinking it, man. Um, Out of Tio, Ryan, Tank, and Devin, who actually has a fight signed? Just,
Uh,
just Tio.
T.O. has a fight signed.
Yet everybody is talking about the other three. You know why? Because nobody gives a shit, and Tio needs some attention, bro. Um, Nobody seems to care that he's fighting Jermaine Ortiz, man. And that's no shot at Ortiz. That's just nobody gives a shit, bro. Everybody think about it, Ness. All we see on Twitter lately, me and you are heavily, obviously, anybody that's called into the show regularly is heavily on boxing YouTube, boxing Twitter, whatever, all the articles. You don't really hear about Teofimo Lopez. Um, I think part of this, all the quote unquote publicity stunts and all that has just taken their toll on the fans, and they just kind of don't care, and that's all this is he's being the forgotten king. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. The I don't even think I watched part of the interview, so I could be wrong, but I don't even think the Turkey Al Sheik even mentioned Tio's name when they brought up the names of fighters he would want to see. They mentioned Stevenson and they mentioned Tank, and he of course mentioned Haney, but there was no mention of Tio. You've never heard Ryan talk about Tio. It's just like he's just kind of this dark horse that sits out there, which I would love to see the Tio and Haney fight simply because I'd like to see Bill and Tio Senior going at it. It would be hopefully what I always thought that Ruben Guerrero and Angel Garcia would have been. But that was at that point they had quieted Angel Garcia, so that's all it really is to me. And that's is Tio's just a forgotten about. He's the forgotten king, and nobody cares. His crown fell off his head, man. All this retirement. Do I got it? I was just playing. I'm a garbage man. That shit gets old fast, man, and I think Tio's starting to realize that. But hey, Ness, what was the name of that
Are
fighter you just interviewed? By
are
the
you
way,
turned off
uh,
by him? Cause you sound almost turned off, bro.
I kind of am, bro. It's just too much. It's just, oh, I'm a garbage man. All my mental health, and he went through some serious stuff, bro. Don't get me wrong, but I'm retired. I'm not retired. 20 million, no 10 million. No, I don't want that. It's all too much, man. Oh, the zone tried to screw me over, even though it was a purse bid. It got old fast, man. Um, but hey, before I go, can you re-give us the name of the gentleman you just interviewed? He had a really great story, and I really want to continue to follow him, man. I'm pretty close with my brother, so hearing he lost his brother really, really got to me. Hit me on a different level, man. So if you could just reshare his name with us, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, his name is Alan Garcia. He actually has a very strong social media. I bet you if he showed us, his engagement level, it is strong. I mean, this kid's getting good amount of likes. He's got 50,000
Yeah.
followers, over 2,000 likes per post. His name is Kid Dot
Wow.
Kansas. Kid Dot Kansas. Alan Garcia is the name. And yeah, man.
Hey, great interview with him, Ness. He had a great story. Hey, and great show earlier. I tuned into your check-in show with Andre Durrell and Serafina, man. That was a good show, man. Good
Appreciate
first
you, man.
episode.
Thank you. Yeah,
So,
nah, man. Just working and grinding. You know how it is.
yeah, but that's all I got for today, man. But yeah, Tio, just the forgotten king, brother. That's all it is.
All right. This was a previous time that he had fought on Top Rank here that I'm screen sharing, and shout out to him. He's doing his thing because they keep bringing him back. This will be his second time on Top Rank, and we got Tip Bellis on a check-in.
Yo,
What up? Yo,
TBA has
did you
arrived. Yo,
did
what's
you
good?
did you see Steve Kim took a shot at you? You know
For real?
I mean obviously he ain't gonna say you, but our real, yours and ours on Instagram is what is sparked that debate as to where the fight should be. And he said, so for those complaining about fights being shipped all out of America, okay, well, Muhammad Ali, who was kind of popular, had a stretch from mid 1975 to 1976 where he fought in Malaysia, Philippines, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., Germany, Bronx, New York. Hashtag boxeo.
Okay, my argument to this is how many of those fights were against another American superstar? Like I'm talking about superstar. Not just a regular fight. I'm talking about a superstar in the sport of boxing, American superstar. How many of those fights took place overseas? You know what I'm saying? Even for a UK fighter, how many UK fighters that were superstars in the UK had a fight that took place overseas? Like, how many times has that happened in the history of boxing? Do you know any?
You know I ain't no historian, man. I'm gonna have to
I mean, well,
schedule Buddy
I need
McGirt for
somebody.
that shit, bro. I
I'm
don't do
pretty
that
sure
shit.
it's somebody in the comments who may know. But as far as I don't know of any.
What
You
you
know what I'm
want
saying?
to
Y'all would have
know?
to
What you
inform me.
trying to find out? How
But
many what?
you cutting out, Ness.
I was saying, what you trying to find out? How many what?
How many superstars had another fight in another country? That's all I'm saying. It's cool. Like I don't think people understand what I'm saying. I'm cool with you know what I'm saying. Us having a fighter go over into another country, like Stephen Fulton did. I had no problem with that. But I'm talking about when you got two American superstars, like Devin and Tank, and you want to ship them overseas. That's not good. I don't find that to
Bruh,
be good for the
but
sport of
but
boxing. I'm
but
sorry, I just
listen,
don't.
but listen. Like that's literally Thriller in Manila. Two American superstars in their prime when boxing was like His Excellency said, right?
All right,
Number
we'll put it like
one.
this.
No no no
Is
no 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 no. You have to listen and let that digest, comprehend. When boxing was the number one sport in America, Thriller in Manila still happened with two Americans. Now you're complaining. Just think about your argument with this new knowledge, right? Like now you're complaining when boxing's number 14, you're complaining that a fight's going to another country. But when it was number
well,
one with quote unquote, Bill Haney came on this show earlier and said that I'm being basically in layman's term. He said I was being disrespectful, and Muhammad Ali cannot be compared to Floyd. The legend of Muhammad Ali cannot be compared. So we talking about Muhammad Ali and George Foreman going to another country, but you're still complaining about dudes that can't
well,
ever be Muhammad Ali or George
let's
Foreman.
look at this. Is the landscape of boxing the same as it was yesterday? You might have cut out, Ness.
No, I'm here. I'm just saying. I mean, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know.
no. It's just a simple question. Is the landscape of boxing the same as yesterday? No, it isn't.
I don't get it.
It does more harm in today's landscape. I'm telling you,
How,
it does more
Sway?
harm
How when it's obviously doing more good because
because
we
boxing
need it more
boxing
now
was a
than
bit.
we did then. Can't you see? Back then it was number one, so we
But there was
certainly
a
need it
larger
now.
audience. There was a larger audience back then. Like you said, boxing was the number one sport. Boxing is not the number one sport in today's landscape. It's not.
But Tip,
Not even
but
an American sport.
that's the point.
But
How? But
what
that's
you
the
want to do is
you're not listening to my point. How can you argue that what we're doing today is wrong when we did it 30 years ago when this sport was number one? So if your argument would have to be times 10 back then.
but that's what I'm saying. It's not the number one sport. It's not, and you're doing harm by not growing the audience where you should be growing the audience to have it become the number one sport again. I'm sorry, like there's no way you had these big fights and you think they're going to reach the casuals outside. No, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not.
Man, boxing is bigger than America, champ. It's just bigger than
But it's not.
America.
I'm not even saying just in America. Even in the UK, it still won't happen. Like, bro, I'm telling you, pretty soon people are going to start complaining in the UK that like, oh, Why is this 5v5 going on over there and not in the UK? I'm telling you,
You
it's
crazy, bro.
probably search shit up right now.
They not complaining because again, your post has created a lot of data. There's comments. Dudes in the UK are happier than us because it's early for them. They don't got to be up at 3 a.m. But look, that was the bell, and I got NO right there. But you kidding me? I like that new time too. I wake up, eat breakfast, watch boxing. I'm with it. I'm with it all day. NO, you dropped off. Chin. All right, we going out to Malcolm. While we wait for him to connect, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Help a brother out. Give me some visibility. Mac, you gotta unmute. Malcolm on Twitter, you have to unmute in order to be heard, my friend. All right, that didn't work. So we got Mike. What up? Bo Rogers, excuse me. Bo Rogers, what up?
Yeah, yeah. So I think Peel, he might. I think I could believe it. I don't believe Devin really wanted to fight him right now because he could have fought him when he tried to get the fight with Barboza, but decided to go fight Regis after Teal decided he was coming back. I could believe that. Then when Devin did, y'all didn't really say too much about it when Devin dropped his New Year resolution for 2023, and he wanted to fight Lomachenko and then move up and get the thing. He didn't have none of those guys that he had been calling out, except for Lomachenko, but he wanted people to think that he was trying to fight Tank. So I didn't really see. So I could believe what Tio's saying, basically what I'm looking at. I don't believe Devin really want to, like, even right now, he ain't got no fight. And I believe Devin just want to fight the people that he picked to fight because he know what their weaknesses are and stuff. And I believe somebody like Sandor Martin, he could beat Sandor Martin, but I don't know if he believes in himself. I don't know if Bill really believes in him. They want to, they want to fight some flat-foot Mexicans like they try to say Tank want to do all the time. But that's what they're looking for, really. I don't think he really want to fight none of the guys. He should be easy right now, putting the pressure on Matisse to get in the ring. And Tio just trying to sell his fight. That's what he's doing. But his, like I told you the other night, it's a case of one scared, the other one glad he's scared. And and when it comes to the tank fighting over in Saudi Arabia, I'd rather for Tank to fight in Vegas. I don't really care, really. Like, I'm going to watch the fight regardless. But I don't want everything going up out of America, shipping. That's just what's going on in America today. Everything getting shipped across seas. And now we over here struggling and looking stupid. And they got all the jobs and stuff. So, that's just my take on everything. Y'all might look at it differently, But that's what I look at in this.
All right, champ, appreciate you. Yeah, real quick, I do want to announce that Dimitri Salita has struck a deal with not Matchroom, but DAZN. So he gets to have his cards on DAZN, man. That means more boxing for us. We'll have some live DAZN boxing February 20th, coming to you live from Detroit, Michigan. It's going to be two-time USBA title heavyweights. Title fights. It'll be Andres Holmes Jr. battles Marlon Harrington. And I've never heard of any of these guys, let's be real. But that's what TV does. Gives these guys opportunities. We'll see what Salita gets to do with his, newfound television time that he's receiving from DAZN. I wasn't even following Salita. Let me go ahead and give him a follow. My bad, champ. But yeah, man. Shout out to DAZN though. They definitely giving. Actually, I do know Andre Holmes Jr. I'm pretty sure we seen him before on Showbox. Pretty sure. But Salita needed this. He hadn't had a TV deal in a minute. I mean, he got a couple dates on Showtime back when we had Odo Valine on there and Jermaine Franklin, but those were like few. Matt,
Hey, good morning, Ness. Can you, or good evening. Can you hear me?
yes sir.
All right, my bad. I don't know what went on the first time when I was in here. As soon as you put me on a platform, I stopped being able to hear you.
You
But
don't sound the
anyway,
best
first
right
of all,
now. Are you on a Bluetooth or something?
I am.
Yeah, it don't sound the greatest, but
Here, let me. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, like I was gonna say, great interview. I had to get that guy a follow. Alan Garcia was right.
Yep. Kid
Yeah,
Kansas.
Kid Kansas. He seemed like a good dude. So I'm looking forward to watching him fight on the undercard. Um, as far as this Teofimo claiming Devin Haney is avoiding him, I believe that. I think there's a difference between avoiding somebody and ducking them, though. I think what Shakur did was ducking Devin Haney, but I think Devin Haney maybe just understands, or if not Devin, Bill understands that Teofimo is the guy he's on the collision course with, and that needs to be the undisputed fight. So I don't really have a problem with them postponing that fight for now. I'm actually a little upset with Teofimo fighting Jermaine Ortiz. I think that's a terrible fight, but I don't think it's his fault. Maybe just some top rank
Terrible. Why?
political BS going on. Terrible. Why? So Jermaine Ortiz has never fought at 140, and he's just going to get a shot at the. He's going to leapfrog everybody at the 140-pound division and get a title shot, and that's okay.
I mean, when you put it that way, no, because that's exactly why I don't want Navarrete to get a title shot at Shakur. So, yeah.
Navarrete is a champion at least, though. So
He just
I
ain't
could.
no threat to me for Shakur, and it's a waste of my fucking time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's dismissive, but I guess I understand it. I see the style mismatch. But I also want to chime in on the. I want to get some hate off on His Excellency, man, because y'all been giving him a lot of credit. Y'all see a man with a boatload or a mountain load of money and a passion for boxing. I see an
Two mountains.
opportunist, man.
Two
I'm not giving him
mountains.
credit.
Two mountains.
Two mountains, it's 8 mountains. You know what I'm saying? He definitely rolling in dough, but yeah, no, I don't respect that. I see a man who see a business opportunity, and he's trying to get in the boxing world and take it over. So you could say, oh well, how is he looking at it as a business opportunity? He's paying all these people this money. He's probably not going to get a return, but that's just immediately. All businessmen understand that they may not turn a profit in the
Did you
first
hear
few
the
years.
interview?
So I think he's. No, I didn't. I
Why?
heard the part. I heard the
Why do
little
y'all
clip with
do
the
that?
Floyd
Why do
Mayweather
y'all do
shade.
that? Why do y'all do that? Like,
Why do
how
we do what?
how can you guys have these passionate opinions without the full information? Like, if you listen to that interview, I bet you won't have this. You have to listen to that interview entirely too. But there's no way,
I just saw him do it with golf, Ness.
bro. There's no way you can listen to that interview. I don't watch golf. I watched that interview. There's no way you can listen to that interview and think you are watching an opportunist. What it sounds to me, again, because you ain't watch it, I'll paraphrase for you. Sounds like a very faithful man to not only his religion, but to his king and prince is being given a last dying wish. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's not dying. But to me, he's given his last dying wish because they're so wealthy, the king, they're giving one of their, I hope I'm saying it correct by saying servants or whatever, one of their leaders, but he's under the king. He's being blessed by the king. It is Turki al-Sheikh's passion for the sport, but it is the king's money. And because I believe he is dying or very ill, as he made it clear, they on some, look, man, do what you want. This your last dying wish, well, we gonna help you bring it come true because we got the money to do so. But I don't see the opportunists. It just ain't there. If you listen to that interview, you see you got a dude that really likes the sport and that knows the sport. Not just some rich man throwing money trying to get tourism. It's a dude that knows the sport. Again, go listen and you'll see. They asked him who he likes. And he mentioned mad fighters, right? Because they didn't pick the right one. That he's letting them guess. But then he even said, when they say, so is it Floyd? He's like, go listen to his answer. This is not, because again, why would you shit on Floyd? If you're an opportunist, well then, the biggest opportunity in boxing is to work with Floyd. He's just the biggest draw to this day. So I just don't believe nothing that you said. You guys gotta listen to this interview. The fact that y'all keep trying to, like, you're not the first one, so I'm sorry I'm so passionate about it, but it's like dudes keep calling in here to villainize this guy without fucking listening to the video. It's like, how do you call him an opportunist? How do you call him all these names? You ain't even watched the fucking interview. You ain't even listened to his words to at least get an interpretation of his personality. Nothing. Y'all just like, oh yeah, nah, he's some rich dude trying to take advantage. Like, bro, at least it's only like 10 minutes, if that.
Well, I'll respect that, and off your word, I'll go watch that interview. But I will concede that the little part where Floyd Mayweather's name is mentioned and his answer was, of course not. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know what the question was. I don't know none of that. But I do feel like there's no positive question that can be asked about boxing.
The question was, who's your favorite fighter? And he has every right to say that Floyd Mayweather is absolutely not his favorite fighter. He could double down.
But he didn't say that. He said, "Of course not."
Exactly. What's the difference? Of course
not. What you
not.
mean? What's the difference? One is shady and one isn't.
No, saying of course not and absolutely not. They both the same shit. They are letting you know that that man is not my favorite fighter.
If you asking me if I'm a fan of boxing, and you ask me, am I a fan of Floyd Mayweather? The answer is not. Of course not, Ness.
Well,
that's not the answer.
His answer was no. I think his answer was, of course not, right?
No boxing fans' answer to "Are you a fan of Floyd Mayweather?" should be, "Of course not."
Why not?
No boxing
Why
fan
not?
should
Why
have
not?
that answer.
Why not? Stop putting Floyd on this pedestal.
The same reason why no basketball fans' answer shouldn't be, "Of course not," to "Are they a fan of LeBron James?"
Nah, you can't do that.
The same way no football fans.
Can't do that. Because those no, it's not. No, it's not. In those sports, LeBron got to play against everybody. Floyd didn't. Stop. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
How Floyd didn't play against everybody?
Come on, we're not going down that street, but we both know. How old are you?
Yeah,
how
let's not go down that street. I'm 33.
33. Well, you probably
I'm 33.
You probably don't know because I got 11 years on you. You probably don't know, but you know it's easy to research that Floyd avoided at least 3 fighters in his career.
Oh my God! Stop it with that. I'm not. Anyway.
All right. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got the nerve to call in here and say that what Tio's saying got some truth, But we can't even fathom that the great Floyd could have avoided some fighters. But you claiming that
You
T.O.
know, and
saying
I'm
some
tired
truth.
of y'all saying T.O. get a bad rap. The only people who say T.O. got a bad rap is the people who give him the bad rap. Y'all got to stop saying that. Every time I see him, I see a man who's great in the ring, and I see a man who's nothing but trying to be positive and inspirational outside of the ring.
So,
Y'all, the
so
only
did him and
people
his
who
team
give
ask for
T.O. a
20
bad
million?
rap are Devin Haney proponents. Those are the only people.
Mac, did T.O.'s team ask for 20 million, yes or no?
I'm not part of T.O.'s team. I don't know.
Brother, did you see the video? Read the quote that got transcribed from the video. Do you have any knowledge of the public knowledge $20 million fucking offer? Okay, so you want to play
No,
dumb.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know it's cool. We
No,
ain't
I'm
gonna
not
play.
playing
I
dumb. You
mean, you
talking about
sound
the
like it.
video where T.O.
You sound like it. This is what I'm saying. Why we can't have the same energy? So T.O. ain't ducking, but he go from 4 million to 10 million to 20 million. And Floyd also ain't duck, but he ain't fight Margarito, right? He ain't fight. Who else am I missing here? Paul Williams. And there's one more. It's going to come to me. But, don't let these fools, these liars lie, bro, because that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, to compare Floyd to LeBron when LeBron doesn't close his eyes and, get to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo and pick who the fuck he fights or, plays against. He plays against the fucking best. Like, I may not watch them sports, but we know that. We know that you can't manipulate who's in the championship. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what people call it in the day saying, oh, T.O.'s fighting a dude that shouldn't get an opportunity. That's manipulating who gets a championship. That ain't what LeBron was doing. That ain't what Jordan was doing. You understand? So don't be out here trying to call Floyd the motherfucking Jordan or LeBron of boxing. Fuck out of here. Y'all dudes be terrible, man. You see, that's why motherfuckers don't like me, because I keep that same energy. And as soon as it's time to talk about they fighter, it's time to bail. You no longer a Ness friend because he's like, damn, that same shit he was popping, now he got to talk about my fight, and I don't like that. Yeah, but well, you're going to have to learn to like it. Y'all crazy. Two-faced it. Weird. That's unfair.
TBV, what happening, man?
Another day, another podcast.
DIG. Hey, first off, let me say shout out to Baldy. I ain't forgot you, champ. I know a lot of times I ain't said your name, but shout out to Baldy. I ain't gonna never forget you. Shout out to Salita and DAZN linking up. You know what I'm saying? That should be some good shit right there. Far as T.O., man, T.O., do what
They
you
go to
do,
third
champ,
one.
man. Cause
They go to third one. Technically, Amir
what?
Khan. Floyd Mayweather made a fucking poll. He the king of ducking. He just did it to Ryan. He made a poll. Who should I fight? Should I fight Amir Khan or Devin Alexander? Motherfucking Amir Khan wins, and who he fights? Andre motherfucking Berto. No, that ain't a duck, because his name is Floyd Mayweather, and we love him, and we can't break him down. Man, shut the fuck up. And he ducked Paul Williams, WBO champ. He ducked Margarito. They offered him $8 fucking million for Margarito. He said no. So then what did Paul come? Paul came up from Atlanta, Georgia, some fucking where, beat the shit out of Margarito with hand wraps and all, right? And then called out Floyd in the fucking post-fight on HBO. And what did Floyd do? Ignore him. Who was Paul with? Al Heyman. Fuck out of here. They're going to say, oh, no, well, he was with Al, so Al would have gave it to him if you were. No. Fighters fight. And a fighter got to say yes. So that's 3 I remembered in a matter of a couple minutes. Fuck out of here talking that weird shit like, no, Floyd ain't never dug nobody. Man, kick fucking rocks. Fought Baldomir old ass for no goddamn reason other than belts, right? But then he tells Tank to tell you dumb fools belts don't matter. I'm sorry, champ.
All right, it's all G, shout.
What was it? Oh yeah, T.O., do your thing, bruh. You know, these fighters these days do a lot more talking than actually fighting. So I ain't even tripping, shot. If you watch this boxing shit long enough, y'all should grasp this stuff. Like, stop putting so much into these fighters, man. Let me ask about, is Tank and Haney, is that a definite now or not?
Definite that the Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, wants to make the fight and is willing to pay for the fight for 2024. You know, is Tank and his
Cool,
team
man.
gonna say yeah? Because it's really all on. See, again, don't be blind. Who hasn't been to Saudi? Tank. Who hasn't been invited to Saudi? Tank. Who hasn't been flown out to Saudi? Tank. Who is Turkey Al-Sheikh's name? Who name he said out his mouth that he want to fight in Saudi? Devins. Who he flew out?
Right.
Devin. Who else he flew out? Devin whole fucking family. So guess what? Guess what? He want Devin to fight Tank. So if we don't get Devin Tank, it's because Tank and Al Heyman don't want the goddamn fight.
And I'm with you on that, shout. I'm with you. So I want to say shout out to Turkey, man, because I mean we be crying about these fights not happening. Now we got somebody with a boatload of money, probably a damn ship load of money that want to give us the fight. I personally don't care where the fuck the fight is. Tank came and fought in Atlanta. I went and saw that fight, so I saw Tank. I saw Eureka's Gamboa. I saw Money Mayweather. I saw all the motherfuckers that came down to Atlanta. Shout out to that fight. So wherever it's at, it don't matter. I'm watching that shit. So we can't cry about where it's at, and then we gonna stay over here with Bob and Al and Dazan and the rest of these motherfuckers that ain't giving us the fight. The man got the money. Take the fights over there. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna watch the motherfucker. Cause at the end of the day, I want the fight. I don't care who paying. I don't care where the money coming from. Make the goddamn fight. So shout out to Turkey, man. And far as T.O., once again, if you really want that 10, 20, however many million you want, go holler at Turkey. He the one that goddamn paying, shout. Man, that's my call. I'm out the account, man. Y'all stay up. Shout out to Baldy.
Now, I don't want Turkey to be spoiling these dudes neither, man. Come on, man. $20 million is just insane. Like, Terrence Crawford went 36 years of life. 36 years of life. 36 years of putting in work. You know what I'm saying? However many times as a professional, however many belts he won, and then made $20 million off a motherfucking, fight. Like, we can't just be rewarding motherfuckers with $20 million because they want to be hard at the negotiation table every goddamn time, asking for absurd fucking numbers. Again, man, we gotta have standards, bro. We can't be letting these dudes just say and do whatever. Huang, what up?
Yo.
What's good?
You got me? All right. So, man, you know what? T.O., my bad, I was washing my teeth, brushing my teeth. T.O., man, it's just hard. It's hard to say anything when we're dealing with T.O., man, because he's such a fucking mental loose cannon, right? And here's the thing I learned, I figured out, because I've been saying this from day one. I truly believe that T.O. can beat Devin. I just don't think Devin got what it takes to beat T.O. Just he's certain people's kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? And until he beats T.O., I'm not going to believe it. But I have learned this about Bill Haney and them. They're not bullshitters. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing these games. They really trying to make fights happen. I don't know anybody that's walked away from a fight with them and was like, oh, them dudes, they were trying to make all these fucking funny ass deals and da-da. Nah, everybody made money. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm at with that. But I do want to say something about the Turkey Al-Sheikh thing. Here's the thing, man, with the Floyd Mayweather thing. Because someone is not your favorite boxer that everybody considers great, it doesn't mean like I gotta fucking like to do this. I'm gonna give you an example with Eminem.
Or it doesn't mean that you're a bad guy. Just because everybody likes the color red and you don't, now you're a bad guy. Like, cause the man didn't say he liked Floyd or didn't answer it the way that he liked. The dude's a bad guy. This is weird.
Yeah, he's a bad boxing fan. That's what he is to everybody. Oh, he's a bad boxing fan. And I want to use this example because back when I was like, in my early 20s, right? I couldn't stand Eminem. I can't listen to that shit, right? But she's like, man, why you hating on him? I'm like, whoa, hold on. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, top 5 MCs out of all the MCs, top 5. You know why? The boy's skilled. The boy is bad. You can't take that away from him. But I'm not gonna walk out my trap, get in my slab, turn the key, and all of a sudden, 2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside. That's some corny ass shit to me. You see what I'm saying? So and I use that example because
You terrible. You could have
I'm
found a
just
better
keeping it
Eminem
100.
song to jump in the slab.
That's my whole point. You can't just do that. I could put it on any pop song and get in the slab. You see what I'm saying? That's just me. But I'm not gonna say because I don't like his style and I don't like his music that he's not great. Top 5 MC, if you ask me right now, shit, he might even be top 3.
Certainly.
I'm not gonna
I
deny
agree.
him.
I agree with you.
And I use that example because if the Sheikh says he's not my favorite boxer, now he's a bad boxing fan, man, to me, we all got personal reasons for why we like people. And that's just where I'm at with that.
Nah, I hear you, champ. Believe me, I hear you.
My bad, that was a bell, huh?
Yeah, nah, you good. I'm actually trying to see could I get Samson on. I don't know. I think I'm starting to feel he ducking me. He better be busy.
Nah, Samson, get on. Oh, there's another thing. You know what? Man, what was I gonna tell you? I was thinking about it. Oh, Bill. You know what, Bill? That's one thing I respect about Bill. He come on, you got these social media sites. Bill does them all. Aki TV, the Blue Bloods. He does all that. And it's just like right now in the mainstream media. The mainstream media is like putting their narrative on the war in Gaza, right? But then if you go online, that's another thing. You're getting the real shit on the online media. And that's what Ness, Blue Blood, all them guys, Ego, whoever the fuck, all them dudes, they bringing you, the people's coming to their channels. You know what I'm saying? They ain't Fox and all the networks. And that's why I respect Bill. And they got to stop hating on him. Where's Teofimo's dad at? Why he don't come on TBV? TBV literally, you tell me TBV not the voice of the people, you fucking crazy. You ain't nobody going to any other channels like they coming to TBV, and I mean boxers. Who's coming on here? Angelo Leo, all the boxers we see on Pro Box, they ain't coming on them motherfucking channels. TBV is where they coming. So tell Tio and his dad to bring their bitch asses to TBV and spill the fucking beans. This is where the real fans at. That's it. Let me finish getting ready for the day. TBV, like and
Yo, you still
subscribe.
in Kazakhstan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do my nikah. I'll get married in like 2 hours.
Oh wow. Congrats, bro.
Appreciate that.
All
All
right.
right, y'all. Love you, Ned. Love y'all. TBV family, man.
Let's go. Let's go. What do we got? Who is up? Who is next? Let me see if we got any super chats. Last call for callers. Now is the time. If you on the landline, our phone number, don't forget you do have to hit that one button one time. That gives me the indication that you're ready to rock and roll. Looks like we got. Okay, I see you high and low Sports Centrum. He said, "Yo, I'm a go ahead and become a member, but I'm gonna see your prospect level and raise you the champ level." Shout out to High and Low Sports Centrum that became a champ.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Appreciate you. What else we got? We got Jonathan Lambarena that says, Ness, did you see Matchroom in Queensberry agreed to make the 5 versus 5 with Turkey Al Sheik? That man making it happen. Golden Boy and PBC tripping, not getting involved. I absolutely seen that. They actually signed it. You know? Nah, bro. I just hope Al Heyman takes the Sheik's invite, right? He said, brother, let's do business. You know what I'm saying? If Al isn't bad for the sport, he will contact them. It's just that simple. You know, if you truly aren't bad for the sport, you're gonna contact Turkey El-Sheikh. There's no reason that you wouldn't. But $2 super chat says, welcome, Jumaine Ortiz with the glove emoji. Okay, doubling down on that spelling. We got Dexon, I think. Maybe it's Dexon. $5 celebrating his 5th super chat on a live stream. T.O. ducked 3 times. First time, he asked for $10 million. Second time, he ducked Devin, went to Cambosis. Third time, he asked for $20 million. I mean, what else can you say? Tell me about it, bruv. Tell me about it. High and Low Sports Centrum, salute. $2 more. I'm trying to figure out what is Roma and if that was misspelled. But he says Roma was hated by mediocres. That's why was great. I don't know. I think you was driving when you wrote that one, champ. But the next one says, the boxing voice only for friends to go high. And then after that, Modern King Boxing, $2 more. He says, we popping bottles with bottle popping cork emojis. Jumaine, spell it his way, with the glove emoji, for the win. Kerry G, $5 says, Devin fighting Adrian Broner is the equivalent of Floyd fighting Shane Mosley for this era, so that fight should not be criticized, in my opinion. Whoa. Can't let you do that. Floyd fought Mosley off Mosley's greatest win of his second half of his career, which was Margarito. He destroyed Margarito. That isn't what Broner did. Broner fought like Williamson Hutchinson or some shit like that. Yeah, not the same. It is not the same. We got Ronnie Phoenix.
What's going on, Ness? How you doing, man? I just jumped on, brother. I didn't even know what the show was about. I just seen the title, Proof. Yeah, I'm working nights over here right now, so my whole schedule's fucked up, man. Looks like I missed a good show earlier. Then you guys talking about Tank Davis and Haney. I'll have to replay it right now. I'm going to go back and I'll listen to that throughout my night right now. But what's the topic right now? What was the proof about with
T.O. claims, T.O. is claiming that Haney has ducked him now 3 times, and then he showed proof of an email between himself and the, let's say, CEO of Madison Square Garden that was willing to talk and negotiate of a potential fight with Devin and T.O.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think Devin's ducking no smoke, you know what I'm saying? So that might just be did he show any proof?
I mean, he deleted the tweet, and he was receiving heavy criticism on Twitter because people were insinuating that the email was fake because it had said 3 hours ago, but it was supposed to be like months ago. Also, you know, he claims that this negotiation took place during failed negotiations with Devin, but I don't really know of any failed negotiations with Devin and Regis.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Teal's a smart dude, though, bro. You say he knows how to keep his name in the mix no matter what. You mean all publicity is good publicity, bro. So you got to give him that one, you know what I'm saying, because he's always keeping his name in the mix no matter what. But I think it's cap. My opinion. But, yeah, and that's it, bro. I just want to keep the show going, bro. I heard you saying last call for alcohol over here.
Yeah, champ. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Like always, brother. You have a good one. Appreciate you.
All right. Shout out to all my third shift rocking out with us. We going out to a new caller in, I don't even know where this is, 506. Who's this? Where you calling from?
New Brunswick, Canada. What's up, Ness?
Oh, New Brunswick, Canada. Okay, I heard New Brunswick. I automatically assumed New Jersey, but this is Canada. What's going on?
No. Not much, not much.
What's your
Hey,
name?
I just want to say that. Oh, my name is Alex.
Alex, talk to us.
No, yeah, I don't know. I was hearing somebody earlier, but talking about that they didn't like that the fights were being outside. I don't know about you, but like every time I watch a fight in Wembley Stadium, it's some of the craziest atmospheres that I've found that I've seen in boxing. I don't know. I'm not like I'm 25 years old, so I didn't watch boxing for the past 30 years or whatever. Pretty new to boxing, but like people I don't think understand that it's a risk reward game. Like people are the fighters and the promoters aren't going to take too much of a risk if there's not a reward on the other side, and that's the money, that's the future value that they're going to get from fighting whoever the fuck they're going to be fighting next. Like I don't know, to me it's crazy. Like and like you said, the Ali versus Foreman fight that was outside the U.S. Like I don't know if it's like only people in the U.S. that think that it's like really good to keep boxing only there, but it's just not. Like it's just not. The money. The more money there is in boxing, the better it is for actual boxing fans. I don't know. To me, it's crazy. I love Floyd, by the way. So I don't know. That's it's interesting that you don't like him.
I never said I don't like him. I love him. I'm just, I just do believe that there was fights that he didn't give us that he could have given us.
That I actually do think that he is my literally my favorite fighter. But I do believe like even when he fought Pacquiao, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's where the risk reward comes in. Like if you would have fought Pacquiao 10 years ago, it was a way bigger risk for a way lesser reward. That's like the part people I don't think really understand, but maybe I'm just completely off as well. But yeah, I appreciate the time. That's big fan as well.
Appreciate you, champ, man. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, Supermax over here going to the well for this Mosley is Broner shit, bro. I'm not even gonna Google that shit, but I know Mosley was a fucking champion. He beat Margarito for the WBO. Like, stop, man. It's not the same. It's no es lo mismo. No es lo mismo. Like, stop. For real, bruh. Yeah, terrible. Numbers. What up?
Hey, mic check, mic check.
1 2 1 2.
What's going on, Nez? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Putting in that
Hey,
work.
I was trying. I feel it. I see it. Yeah. Shout out to the back call, man. I don't know what the fuck happened today, but shout out to the back call. Um, on the topic with Teofimo, man. I mean, how much of it is negotiating and leveraging, and how much of it is just straight up like clown shit? You feel me? Like straight up like just trying to get under people's skins and whatnot because uh I fuck with Tio, but it's hard to defend him sometimes. But with the screenshots that he released earlier today, I don't even know who to trust, right? Like I don't even know who to believe. I just want to make it happen. I just want to see it happen. Like all this back and forth on Twitter, it gets entertaining to a point, but I just want to see the fights get announced. And with Teofimo, I think he's just getting, keeping his name on on the loop, which I don't mind. I can't hate him for it. But Ness, I wanted to ask you, bro, like, would on this Adrian Broner, Sandor Martin, like, who would you take Adrian Broner for Haney before Sandor Martin? I feel like he has to do Sandor Martin first, and if he's gonna get
I mean,
keep getting iced out.
technically, he doesn't have until he's got to do Sandor before December of this year. So
Oh, this year, okay.
yeah,
So it can happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it, man, because if they're gonna keep icing him out, he might as well go and take care of these old heads and retire them and get the publicity for it. Like at the end of the day, that would only help his leverage and getting more name recognition. So I ain't mad at it. I mean, the last time we seen Broner, he didn't look too good, but if this is his retirement, then it's gonna be entertaining. Like I pay to watch that fight. I don't know what I know some people don't like the spectacle of it, but the same people who don't like the spectacle of it They like to they'll pay for the Jake Paul KSI fight. You know, I don't know what them Brits are doing over there. You feel me? Like they seem mad sensitive today, but um, you know, that's just my 2 cents. That's another thing I had in my had on top of my head, man, is so was Bill Haney like I couldn't read the tone of his interview, bro. Was he upset? Like, or maybe did I came in too late for the interview? Like, did he feel disrespected by some way? Because I wasn't trying to be disrespectful personally.
I don't think he took any disrespect to anything you said. I think um, CYP was the one where the only one where he said like, all right, well, we can't talk. Then if you can't respect that, you know, he wants you to address His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh
Oh, but
properly.
yeah. So and we got into that in the back call, but you know, I'll wait for that another day. That's really not even the main topic. But
I mean,
dudes really
listen,
kept
bro.
calling.
Listen, bro. It's gonna be
Yeah.
difficult for anybody in that back call to understand, because they don't want to take themselves out of their box. You said it yourself on your previous call. Like, there's just certain titles for royalty. It just goes that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to abide by that, that's cool. You know, it's on you, but
But
it's
then they're not
also
gonna fuck with you.
no,
Yeah.
but again, you don't want to abide by that. That's cool, but then also you can't get mad at people that don't respect you now moving forward, because
Right. Right.
you the one being immature. Oh, I can't call no one His Excellency. Okay,
Right, like that somehow takes away your manhood for you
exactly.
calling giving someone that like
It's
that's
it's
just
it's
goofy
it's
behavior,
it's some
bro.
weird shit, but hey, man, to each his own, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Des, hardest working man in boxing, man. Shout out to TV. Y'all know what to do, bro. Stay up.
Adrian, what up?
Hey, what's up, Ness? I appreciate you, man. It's inevitable. It's D Block, D Town, D City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Facts! Can you hear me, Ness?
Perfect.
I appreciate it, man. I want to give a big shout out to Saudi Arabia. I've been so excited, man. So excited. Man, I'm talking about these Saudis, man. They know what's up, man. They know about that bread. They're breaking that bread. And they're giving PBC Mr. Wahid Davis a gift. We're giving you a gift, my brother. We coming down and telling you we want to make the fight that your own side don't want to make because they're not ready, or something's up. Something is fucking up. It don't make any sense, man. They've been ducking and dodging the dream Haney this long, and now they capping about they talking shit about now it ain't enough money with an A side. Well, guess what? Fuck that. You're not Floyd Mayweather, Wahid Davis, and you'll never be Floyd Mayweather. You are a protege of what he wanted you to be, but at the end of the day, you don't know how to follow the plan. You upset the card. Now you got Floyd out here with Ryan Garcia. You got Floyd out here doing his own thing. Wahid, you need to listen and stop listening to those yes men and make the fucking fight happen for the people. The people are the ones that want to see the fight. What you got to say with that, Ness?
I mean, again, when the news broke on Twitter, Tank tweeted, whether he deleted it or not, I know that he tweeted, "Let's fucking go." When the news broke that His Excellency was willing to pay to make that fight in 2024, so you know, we wanted Tank to fight Ryan. Whether you're not part of that or you are, there were millions obviously that wanted that fight. He fought it. Now people are
Yeah.
mad because he won. We'll see. Does he take the Devin fight? But it sounds like he will.
Okay, good. It's about goddamn time. And if it is true and it comes out with facts, then I will applaud Mr. Wahid Davis. I will make sure to stop dissing him just a little bit because at the end of the day, that's all we want. Revolution for Baltimore to stand the fuck up and see that all these people are trying to blind them, making up some bullshit. But if it happens, then that's another chapter in boxing that we could move on to. D Block, D Town, D City, D Ville, Baltimore, stand up.
All right, all right. Um, okay, I think that's. Uh oh, Matador, what up?
Hello.
Yep.
All right. All right. I gotta say a couple things. First of all, man, you're a straight shooter. This is why you're hated by a lot of boxers. To be honest, like some of these boxers don't fuck with you. Like you don't pick sides, you pick facts, and that's hard for a lot of these YouTubers. Like that's why I only really listen to you, like your show, because all these other YouTubers, like after listening for like 10 seconds, you already know who their favorite fighter is and who they're hating. But with you, it's like you call out whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Like besides listening to the interviews that like these big channels have like on a fighter, like that's the only other thing I'll listen to. But as far as like these YouTubers that have like these special agendas and they got their favorite fighter and they gotta protect this guy and this guy's ducking this guy because this guy sucks, like you're the only one that keeps it real. So I respect that about you.
Thank you, brother. Listen, don't go away. That's Jose Benavidez. That's just me hard at work. Don't mean to cut your call,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm trying to get Benavidez on this show. Jose, what's
Oh,
going
okay.
on?
I don't know if you see me, but I'm
I
a little
see
dark in
you.
here. But
I see you.
um,
I see you. You can't turn the
is that
dome
gonna
light
work?
on? Yeah, it'll work. It'll work.
Huh?
But could you turn the dome light on from the inside of the car?
Can I turn this? Ah, it's not giving a lot of light.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's better.
Nah, no
Better.
worries. Yeah, that's way better. Way better. So
Oh,
how
there
are
you
you?
go.
¿Cómo está?
I
¿Cómo
have a
está?
lot. I have a lighting guy here. Hey, everything's
Perfect.
going well, man. I've just arrived here for Cyber's fight tomorrow. Super excited, man. I'm here in
For whose fight?
Cyborg. Cyborg. She's fighting
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
right. Chris Cyborg. You're training her. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Yes.
Wow, wow. What weight class is that going to take place at? Because I know I seen an interview where she says she's willing to fight Clarissa Shields at 47.
Yeah, 47. Yeah, she could do 147, 154, pretty much. I mean, whatever. Uh, I mean, the fights are exciting. To be honest, I think she could do whatever.
So I had been stalking you because ever since the fight with Arthur Beterbiev and Callum Smith happened, I can't stop thinking about David. I feel like David could move up. Obviously, there's plans. I don't know if you've heard Turkey Al Sheikh, His Excellency, has thrown a lot of money into the sport. So, David actually fighting Beterbiev may not be able to happen anytime soon. But I mean, as a trainer, you feel your son can beat him today, right?
Well, those are exciting fights. Those are very hard fights, very dangerous fights. But at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create history, make history. And the only way you're going to do that is by fighting nothing but the monsters. I think Betevier is a great fighter, super strong animal, and a very dangerous fight. I think everybody will. I mean, imagine now, once you see David Benavidez against Betevier, man, everybody will go crazy. And that's what we want to do. We want to fight the guys that are on the top. Betevier, be bold, and the guys that bring a lot of excitement to the sport.
Who? I mean, but seeing Callum Smith land a double left hook, I automatically said, well, damn, if he landed a double, David could land four punches. How did you see that fight? And can you envision David, how much better can you envision David doing than Callum?
Yeah, for sure. I watched the fight. I enjoyed the fight. I thought Count Smith was doing really well. At first, I thought, oh man, he's gonna get stopped, but then he adopted and he started connecting with some good punches, and he was there in the fight. But at the end of the day, I think Count Smith's sober. He's not. I think he's hitting his 40s maybe or something like that. I think Beterbiev is also hitting his 40s. So
No,
David's 26
Callum
years old.
Callum is
Okay.
younger, but definitely
Then
David is getting, excuse
38,
me,
what is it? 30, 37, 30, 38, somewhere around there.
for better beef,
Yeah.
not for Callum. Callum is a bit younger. I'll check it out now.
Okay. Yeah. So I think David's only 26 years old, so you can imagine, You know, uh, I think the youth and the height and the motivation and all that, I think can play to our part. To our side, and I believe that David, has been proving himself, and I think that we're ready. We're ready to take those big challenges. Those are very dangerous fights, like I said, but those are the fights that we're trying to give the people. Fights that are exciting and fights that are going to make people happy.
Now, when watching that fight specifically, Callum versus Better BF, were you just watching it as a fan or were you dissecting it? Because specifically, I believe in the third round, Callum, he slipped and countered 6-7 to the body where Better Beef stopped and then went backwards and didn't throw punches. He showed that he was hurt to the body. What was your thoughts in that moment? And
Yeah,
do you feel David would have been able to capitalize and get the stoppage there when obviously Better Beef retreated and tried to get his, compose himself?
yeah, for sure. No, I was watching it both sides, like a fan, and then I was studying too, and I wanted to see how Beterbiev was gonna do, because I believe that there's a possibility that we can fight. He even said that he'll fight Benavides. The one that said that he won't fight David is Bebo. He said, well, he doesn't have a belt. Why would I fight him? I don't think Bebo wants to take that fight. So Better Beer, I think, would take that fight in a heartbeat. So I was watching him, and he heard Colin Smith, and he went throwing some flurries and all that. And then I think he tired. That's when he backed up. And I think, man, it's just the age sometimes. The body wants to go. And I think that he's still strong. He's very dangerous, but age is catching up to him.
So there's been some rumors breaking today that PBC is going to have their first pay-per-view. I believe the date is March 30th. Is it going to be David? Have you gotten word when your son is back in the ring? What are you
Yeah, no, for
expecting?
sure. No, yeah, they we've been in talks right now. They have contacted me to plan and see, who's up there right now. I can't really say that right now, but yeah, no, they're working on it, and we're excited, and we'll fight anybody. To be honest with you, we want to be in that first card. I think it's gonna be everybody's gonna be watching Amazon Prime, so I think it's a good thing. We finished Showtime with David pay per view. Now we want to start a new era with Amazon Prime, so that would be very special for us, and we're ready. David's training, super motivated, and we're just waiting to see how that plays. So we're working on it.
Uh, as of now, there's only been talks and reports of 12 to 14 dates. Um, we don't know of any other dates or networks. So, have you thought of the possibility of David possibly being an undercard fighter, or do you think the days of him being an
Yeah,
undercard fighter are gone?
nah, we don't care, man. We don't care. We want to make history. We don't care if we're the last fight, the first fight, the undercard, whatever. We just want to stay active, and wait for our time to come. We're not rushing anything. We're ready. We're ready for whatever, And if people are not ready to fight us, we got to stay active, and we'll fight anybody. We'll keep proving ourselves and getting more experience. At the end of the day, what I tell people: a loss in your career, David's undefeated. He has a great record. A loss in his record doesn't really matter as long as you come strong and you learn from it. We're not thinking about losing, so we're not afraid to lose our undefeated record. Just to give the fans what they want. We got to stay active. We got to keep continue learning, getting stronger, and getting more experience. So we don't care who we fight. We just want to stay active.
So, um, what do you think is more realistic? Is Canelo May 4th more realistic for David, or is it anyone else?
No, I don't think that's realistic. Canelo does not want to fight David. He says he's the king. He'll do whatever he wants with the WBC, and he's doing it. So at the end of the day, I don't really focus on that. I'm tired of Canelo. Everywhere I go, Canelo. We want to fight him. We even spoke about taking the minimum, and he can take everything. That this will be his biggest fight in his whole career. He'll be making more money than he ever made in his career, and we're willing to take the minimum. We just want the opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez, And I know that after that, all the big fights are gonna come, win or lose. It doesn't matter. I think David's gonna stop him, and that's why he doesn't want to take the fight. But anything can happen. But we're willing to make that happen easy, easy negotiations. But at the end of the day, he doesn't want to fight David. He hasn't want to fight David for 2 years. He's the mandatory. He's the interim champion, and he's just trying to avoid him. So I don't think soon. Maybe if there's a big possibility, maybe September, but there's no way he's going to be fighting on May.
And with that same, I guess, thought process, is how realistic is David Morrell?
That's another fight that we've been trying to. That fucking guy is talking a lot of shit. All the time, man. I want to fucking punch him in the face too, man. To be honest, dude. He says that David's scared. We're trying to fight these guys. They're the monsters, man. We've been trying to get that fight with him. His manager. I mean, his trainer said that he wasn't ready. What's his name? His trainer. I forgot his
Ronnie
training name.
Shields.
Ronnie Shields, everybody knows. He came out and he said that he wasn't ready for David. His management thinks that he's not ready for David. His managers want to fight him because they want a big payday. Luis de Cuba Sr. wants a payday with them. He's the only one that wants to make that fight. But all the other guys don't want to take that fight. So we're ready. We've been ready for David Morrell. I think David will stop him like in 9 rounds. He's a great kid. He's a very talented guy. But I just think with 10 fights, I don't think he has experience of a professional fighter. He did very well in the Olympics. Look at Boo Boo. He was a two-time Olympian, a two-time world champion, and look what happened to him. This kid, is coming up. I think in a couple of years, he's going to be a very dangerous fighter once he starts getting more experience. But I'd rather fight him now because I think David can stop him now.
It seems like Caleb Plant is trying to angle for the Jamal Charlo fight, but that's also obviously a fight that David could have as a main event. How realistic is that for this first quarter?
Yeah, like I said, we want to fight the dangerous fighters. I don't think Charlo is a dangerous fighter. I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy that David would fight Jamal Charlo, but we'll fight anybody, man. To be honest, for us, it's a good fight to stay active to me, to be honest. Uh, but we want to fight those fighters that are going to take you to the next level. Uh, but yeah, for sure, that's another great fight. Like I said, Jamar Charlo. But I just don't think it's fair. I think David stops him like in 4 rounds, 5 rounds. To be honest with you. But if there's nothing else, I mean, we'll take Morrell. We'll take Charlo.
Did you see Christian Mabili on the undercard of Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith, the guy, the Canadian? He's the #1 challenger to David's interim.
Yes, I did see him. I never saw his fights. He looked spectacular. He looked strong, fucking good. He's a great fighter, man. His skills are good. He's fast. He's a good counterpuncher. Actually, I did enjoy that fight a lot. His opponent, man, came to fight too, and he came to win. And they gave us a great fight. I think he's a great fighter. He has like 25 fights. I think he has experience enough. That's another great fight that we can make. So yeah, I like that guy.
So you also trained Diego Pacheco, and it was reported today. My heart almost broke because I've watched Pacheco's entire career, and I know the fight that he's taking. I know the gentleman he's fighting, Sean McCallum, on April 6th, DAZN. He will be headlining Pacheco versus Sean McCallum. Have you watched Sean fight, or do you got to go watch tape, or you know this
No,
guy
no, no.
already?
I knew about him before you guys, and that's why we decided to make that fight. Uh, I mean, like I said, we just want to stay active. We want to fight what we can, and that's the name that was given to us. If you would have asked me now, we fucking want to fuck up Berlanga. That's what we want, But that motherfucker doesn't want to take that fight. So we won Berlanga. We won Mungia. We want those fighters that are more dangerous. I'm not saying that this guy is not dangerous, but at the end of the day, I think this will be a great fight. Imagine Mungia, imagine Berlanga. That will be a great fight. And I think it's time for these guys to step it up and face do the real good fights.
What what do you think is gonna happen in a year? Because if Canelo doesn't fight David this year, he's gonna have two of your fighters as number ones essentially. Diego is so close to a title shot. He's number 2 in the WBO. He's number 4 in the WBC, number 4 in the IBF, and number 7 in the WBA. So he's ranked across the 4 sanctioning bodies, and in one of them, your son is the interim champion. I mean, what is the plan?
Well, we're gonna take all the fucking belts. That's what we're trying to do. Oh, that's what. Oh shit! I don't know what happened here. How do I? Hold on.
We can hear you though.
Oh, yeah, I got you, I got you.
All
So you
right.
that's the plan. We're trying to take over the world. We're trying to take either or, you know. It's going to take all the belts or half of the belts and see what happens. We still got a long way to go, so I don't really worry about that, you know. David's right there. So the plan is for David to get all those belts, fuck everybody up, and move up to 175 and leave that spot for Diego Pacheco to fuck everybody up too. So we're thinking about taking over on the 168s and 175s.
Wow. Um, Pacheco has been on a knockout streak. That is what sells. It's easy to market. He's Mexican, but does the knockout streak continue with Sean? He's a pretty slick fighter.
Sean is a great fighter. It's a very slick fighter, a guy with a lot of experience, a difficult fighter. But like I said, you know, I mean, we have to continue proving ourselves. You know, uh, it's not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight at this level. No fight is easy. But I believe that Diego could stop him. Could stop him. If not, we're ready to go to war. But you know, but those are the challenges that we need in life in order to get better.
Do you think that it'll come down to Diego having more experience in 10 round fights? Because this will be Sean's first 10 rounder.
Yeah. You know what? Styles make fights, man. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. We're training hard for this fight, and Diego's having a little girl on the way, little baby. So he's super motivated, you know. So that's another thing that's in our side, you know. He's super motivated, and he's working hard, and I just think that you know he's gonna show the experience and he's maturing more and you guys are gonna see a different Diego Pacheco.
And also, you train Rayo Jose Valenzuela. He came out and had a great last fight for the end of the year, knocking out Chris Colbert, winning knockout of the year for a lot of publications. What do you anticipate for him next? When do you want to get him in the ring? Because you're still his manager.
Yeah, and actually, as a matter of fact, we just had a discussion with him. He'll be coming back in April, uh, somewhere around there, the first week of April, but April is the target date for him. Also, we are already looking for good fighters, and you guys are gonna be surprised. You know, who's he going with? You know, I think he's super motivated too. You know, I think he's settled down and he matured a lot and. He learned a lot from his past experience, and yeah, I mean, sky's the limit now with him too. He's in a good position. He got knockout of the year, so he's super motivated.
Now, I had interviewed you before his fight, and you know, were staying away. You didn't want to do too much, but then you ended up being in the corner, and you ended up, you know, I seen you giving instructions. Yeah, so I guess everything worked out. And will you
Yeah,
continue to be in the corner giving instructions on fight night?
you know what? He called me. We really haven't spoken for a while. You know, I love him like my son. You know, I adopted him kind of. You know, he was with us for a long time. I guided him to his whole professional career. We got him all the way to the top, and you know, I was hurt. He was kind of upset, and you know, finally we sat down, we talked, and everything's going well, and I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't want to really go to his fight because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable, and I didn't want to feel uncomfortable. But 3 weeks before the fight, we started talking, and we connected very well, and I was able to be on his corner. I was super happy to be in his corner, and I let the his trainer, the one that he was working with, and he was the trainer that was working with him when he was little. So I told him to go inside, uh, but at the end of the day, I do what's best for the fighters, and I want them to be happy. So I think he's happy over there now. So why change things? I still manage him. I'm still going to manage him. I told him I will give him his contract if he wanted to. He says no. He wants me to continue managing him. So we're super good, super happy now, and everything's going well.
There's been a lot of speculation of him potentially getting the Tank fight. You just said we'll be surprised with what he gets.
Yeah,
Is it that
man.
big?
It's that big. It's that big. So I think anybody will fight him now. He has a name and he has 2 losses. So anybody will jump in. Before nobody wanted to jump in because he was an undefeated fighter, knocking everybody out too. So now everybody's stepping in. And yeah, the pit bulls are there, the tanks are there. So I think it's gonna be very exciting when we come out with the news.
You didn't mention Frank Martin. Do you consider that
All
something
those,
that the
yeah, all
people would
those.
be surprised about?
Yes, yes, all of them are. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, those are the guys that are on the list. So, all the big guys, So it's exciting, and that's what we're thinking of fighting with.
So before I let you go, obviously I got to show some love to my Milwaukee guy, Daniel Blancas, who you also working with. What's next cooking for him?
Yeah, he's another exciting fighter that, little by little, he's getting all that experience with David, sparring Diego, sparring. I have another fighter that's going to be fighting in Oaxaca, February 16. Federico Pacheco is going to be fighting there. So he's getting a lot of sparring, man. I got this new kid from Sonora. His name is Julio Porras, and he's a 168 too, a 10-0 undefeated fighter. Super hungry too, very tall, and he's sparring with Diego Pacheco and David. I think I got the best stable at 168 right now. Young, hungry, and ranked. So those guys are in the mix, and Blancas is doing very well with all that sparring, and I think he's getting better and better every fight.
Do you know when he's expected to be back?
Everybody has a fight. Diego has a fight. All my fighters have a fight. He's working a little bit with Tim. And I called him yesterday and I told him, hey, listen, give Tim a call. Everybody has a fight but you. So let's work on it. He did call me today and he said that he talked to him. So they are pushing it to have a date pretty soon. But he's ready.
And you said the name of the fighter that you're working with, that's 668, is who?
Yeah, Julio Porras. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see him. I posted that he's fighting on February 16 in Oaxaca, Mexico,
And I see
together
you.
with Federico Pacheco.
I see you have another guy there on your Instagram. His name is Julio Ocampos
Yeah, no, that's
Hernandez.
another kid. Yeah, that's another kid that's it's amazing with him because he started very late and fuck, he's winning and knocking everybody out, bro. He's very dedicated, and that's another kid that you only see in movies. Yeah, that there you go. You only see he has a very crazy story, man. And he started a little bit late, but he's so dedicated, so focused, and this guy is special. This guy is kind of like I said, only fighter that you see in the movies, with a really good story behind him.
Well, Coach, that is definitely all the questions. We do appreciate you coming on last minute. Man, this super middleweight is tall. So how tall is let me see
Six
his
two, 6'3", somewhere around the two. I think he's a little bit taller than David. I think a little bit, if not the same.
yeah, he looks tall. He looks young too. He's Mexican?
Yeah, he's only like 19 years old, 20 years old. Yeah,
Oh,
Mexican.
okay.
100% Mexican from Sonora.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna screen share this, and thank you once again for coming on. Let everybody know where they can find you. Appreciate you so much, Coach.
Yeah, no, thank you guys, and thank you so much for the support. Yeah, they can follow us at Instagram, Jose Benavides Senior, Benavides 300, Benavides Junior, and yeah, that's it.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Jose Benavides Senior. Appreciate you, Coach. To the next one.
Thank you, brother. Have a
All
good day.
right.
Thank you.
That was great. Appreciate that. Let's see. I should have known this number by heart, but I don't. So we're gonna use the Rolodex and get back to these phone lines. Right? Wait, I think that is Noble, but I'll check anyway. I'm right. Noble, what up?
I listened to that show earlier, man. I could tell that my phone call ain't come through earlier when I was on the road. Wasn't clear. So I wanted to tap back in, man. First of all, shout out to the places that raised me and the places that pay me currently. And what I was saying earlier was the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is worth $776 billion, is also termed the Public Investment Fund, which means that it's a fund that they use to reinvest back into the kingdom to raise the quality of life of the kingdom. Saudi kingdom, as far as what I learned about it, is the Saudis themselves is a family, right, of landowners that passed down land through generations. It just so happened that the land was mineral rich and they took well care of it and they made a lot of money off it. So that's where you get these royalties from. The fact that you have the crown prince who was Mohammed bin Salman, and bin Salman just means son of Salman, which means that the ruler, the actual king, I think they refer to him as His Highness, or maybe I'm not sure about that, so I don't want to speak on that. But the king is Salman himself, and then you have His Excellency, which does a lot of the work on behalf of the country and on behalf of the crown prince and the king. So His Excellency is Turkey Allah Sheikh, which means that he's a sheik. See what I'm saying? So that kind of tells you his job description, right? The fact of the matter that guys don't really want to respect other people's cultures and other people's titles, where in other cases they have no issues calling themselves and other people MFers and, rivers in Africa, you know what I'm saying? All
Nah,
this type of
champ,
stuff.
but champ, what about keeping it as simple as boxing? These goofies ain't got no issue calling Wilder a king, but they can't call His Excellency His Excellency.
You see what I'm saying? And then it's the fact of the matter of having respect for yourself, but also having respect for somebody who's doing the service for you. And that's why they call him His Excellency, not because, you know what I'm saying, like it's some weird type of, but he's actually doing the service for you. And he doesn't mind doing it. And he's doing the service for us, and we're not even part of his country. You know what I'm saying? As boxing supporters, you know what I'm saying? I'm not so much a fan. So, man, I ain't tripping about all the cats who be on that low type of energy, but I respect Bill from coming in and standing on his square and, not continuing the conversation with people that he wants to do business with and he does business with now and wants to do business with in the future. And y'all going to act like y'all not going to respect him, man. So shout out to all the breast cancer warriors, all the breast cancer survivors, and all the breast cancer angels, man. I'm out, man. Peace, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Noble, Las Vegas. Appreciate what we got. What we got. Who next? Al in the Bay to this date.
Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? Straight from the Bay Area. Pittsburgh on the map. Um, yeah, man. You think T.O. was capping when he said Haney didn't want to fight him? Because it's like all this back and forth. It's like T.O. turned the fight down. Now T.O. saying Haney didn't want to fight. So it's kind of hard to say who didn't want the fight. You know, unless the contract was sent out and somebody didn't sign the contract. But it's interesting when business get done and behind the scenes you're not sure who's turning down the fight. Um, I think that would be an excellent fight. I think T.O. will give him a hard fight. I don't think T.O. will win, but I think he'll give him a harder fight. Um, I definitely think it will be like that Lomachenko fight, um, where it's close. Either party can win. So, you know, I, I wish they can just get it on. They got unfinished business. Um, you know, everything is there. You got the headlines there. Um, you got they're both in their youth, so you got all this stuff there. They just need to you know figure out how much money they're gonna get and get to it. So, but it's kind of funny how on the back end it's kind of like this person said, oh, they didn't want to fight, and then this person said they don't want to fight. So I'm not gonna get back and forth with the two, but it's just interesting how that happens. Hello?
Yep. I heard you,
Yeah.
champ. Appreciate you, man. Looks like you are the last caller, man. So it has come to an end. We do got keep it moving with the $2, my Lord and Savior Ness. Hashtag TBV champ. Appreciate you. Ronnie from Phoenix, $2. Ness, always working. Flex emoji, glove emoji, good ish. Brother, nah, appreciate you, man. We all fans here. So I'm just trying to get the questions answered that I have that I know y'all like as well, right? Hopefully I didn't miss anything on that Benavidez interview. But till the next one, Arrivederci, Nuts GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm out.